Peace, family. Welcome. Check in the room. We're so happy to see everybody this Sunday. It is Sunday, April the 12th, 2026, and the time is 5:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get you a notepad, a pen, and a drink, and come on in the room. We have a wonderful show that we brought to you today featuring none other than the Sheikh of the Soul Tribe, your favorite Sheikh, Sheikh Jacob Bey. But before we get started, let's listen to a little music and get ready to bring your questions and get set for a phenomenal show because we're going to talk about something that President Donald Trump recently said that makes a lot of sense and it encourages our soul. Come on in the room. We'll be right back with you in 60 seconds.
Shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day.
Sister Belinda said we make her feel like dancing with this music. That's all right. Get your dancing shoes on, family. Time to celebrate.
Knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right. Come on in the room, family. I see 323 people here, and I'm so excited to see you all. Welcome. Somebody said, Reset Rising, family. Somebody else asked, when can we stop paying these taxes? Okay. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. I know you all been waiting to hear some good news. Welcome, Soul Tribe. I see you hailing in from all over the planet. We are one. We are one soul family. We unfortunately were enslaved together, but thank God we're about to be liberated together. You know how I know this? Because President Trump has been very, very active on his Truth Social account. He said mainstream media is lying. I mean, that's not any new news, right? He said they're lying about the Iranian war, pretending like Iran won. But according to President Trump, Iran actually lost the war. He goes on to talk about how their military has been completely obliterated, how they won't be able to unleash any nuclear weapons. And he talks about the Strait of Hormuz. He talks about a lot of things that mainstream media is not informing us about. He went on to say his eyes is on the fertilizer prices, because if there's some price gouging with the fertilizers, that will affect the farmers, which will affect the planet because they are the backbones of our society. And he said, listen, I don't care what mainstream media is telling you. We have oil here in America, and nations from all over the world are sending their ships to America for our oil. Now, I know people will say, oh, Trump stole oil from Venezuela, but I've reported time and time again that you have to hear news from many sources and use your intuition, because the Venezuelan government actually said a couple months ago that President Trump bought oil from them, and that they were using the money and the resources with which he bought the oil from them to back up the Venezuelan bolivar so they could revalue the bolivar against the United States dollar. Now, I know that's not news, that's all across social media, but it's interesting that there's a major paper currency company that actually put out advertisement that said Venezuela is doing well now. Their economy is thriving, the ports are open, and the bolivar is standing to revalue. Can you believe that? I have the proof on my Dr. Kia Pruitt show in a private group. In fact, it was the Great American Coin Company that said this, and they said, we have bolivar, so buy some, because when it revalues, you stand to become very wealthy. Now, I don't care what MSM mainstream media is saying, they lie. This is why President Trump a couple years ago passed the Digital Bill of Rights law, the Digital Bill of Rights Act. He said it's going to totally obliterate the deep state by shutting down the mainstream media. This is why we stand to see an emergency broadcast system announcement, because that announcement will allow the president to circumvent or work around mainstream media and tell the truth. Well, Trump is telling the truth on his Truth Social. But all those things that I talked about that he said is just a snippet of what is to come, because he also said something about the world's most powerful reset. That means you got to push the reset button and go back to zero. Go back where everything started. In other words, he's making America great again. And to talk about that in detail, we're going to bring before you our Sheik, the Sheik of the Soul Tribe, as you hit that like button, because we're approaching 500 in this chat, okay? Share the video, like the video. We're bringing on a most powerful, most brilliant decoder that we've ever met in our reality, none other than Sheikh Jacob Bey, hailing from Egypt here in the Americas. Hey, Sheikh.
Hey.
Hey, come on in the room.
How you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you, darling?
Okay. You ready?
Okay. You're doing well?
Uh-huh.
You know, we've been sitting here waiting. We waiting. We know you got something for us. Whenever we're anticipating good news, we look for the Sheik to come on and give it to us. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
You know, when Trump announced that the world's greatest, what did he say? The world's what?
Let me see if we can bring that
world's up. Most powerful reset.
Yes, sir.
The world's most powerful reset.
Here you go, right here on this Truth Social. World's most powerful reset, President DJT.
Right.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
And he said that on April 10th.
April 10th, 2026 at 9:31 a.m.
Yeah, now what's April 10th? Ain't that 41?
That's 41.
That's it.
And what's 9 plus 3 plus 1? 13.
Yeah, you go. Now that's deep.
That's deep. Look at me.
Uh-huh.
I know a little something about gematria, just a little something.
Yeah, because they always said 13 was a bad luck number, but bad luck for who? Bad luck for them.
I see.
Because 13 is M, and M stands for more, man, master.
I see.
Right?
Wow.
That's
Yes.
why the Empire State Building never had a 13th floor. It went from the 12th floor to the 14th floor, even though we really know there's a 13th floor. But they didn't have that 13th floor in there because it was their empire while we were asleep.
Okay.
It's bad luck for them, not for us.
I can dig it. Okay.
That's why they hold the Masters tournament in the 13th state. And that's Georgia.
Georgia.
Augusta,
Wow.
the Masters.
I see. As the people say in West Africa,
Right. So Trump did that on April the 10th, which is 41.
Yes.
And then the following day was 4/11, which means the mountaintop. As in Mary J. Blige saying, what's the 411?
Yes.
We have now reached the pinnacle, the mountaintop, right?
Okay.
That's the mountaintop. Just like
I've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah, I was just about to go there because if you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his march on Selma, Alabama, he went straight down Highway 411. Anybody can look this up.
Okay.
And Highway 411 takes you right to the mountains of Gatlinburg, as in the mountaintop.
Okay.
And it says Highway 411, as in the mountaintop. So he says, I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but one day we're going to get to the promised land, right?
Yes, sir.
So he told Jesse before he passed away, he said, Jesse, you got to get our people beyond the mountaintop to the other side, right? And that was the covenant, the promise, the rainbow, as in the rainbow push. Right?
Okay.
That was the promise. Now, I may not get there with you. Now, the other side of the promised land was you got Memphis, Tennessee, and then you got over there in Arkansas, which is the other side of the Nile River, right? And that's your promised land. But anyway, let me go into that. I was just explaining what the mountaintop was, so people understand.
Sir.
So April the 11th, which was yesterday, was the mountaintop. Okay. And it was also the 41st day, 41, since the last day of Black History Month, and to yesterday. It was 41 days.
I see.
Right?
Yes.
But I told you, Trump is shutting down white supremacy. Because what's after 41?
42.
42, as in Iran, IRAN. Right?
Wow.
I equals 9, R is 18. So 9 and 18 is 27, A is 1. 27 and 1 is 28, and N is 14. 14 and 28 is 42, right? And really the number white supremacy is really 14, but everything in threes. So 3 times 14 is 42, right?
Okay.
So that's Iran. And you remember I said every time you see an H, it means a reversal, right?
Yes.
Well, what did he shut down? What did they shut down? The Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Hormuz. Now, let me read that to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Because this is very significant, because today would be what? The 42nd day since they started the war, the fake war.
Okay. Fake war?
Right. Today is 42. Okay?
Okay.
42nd day of that fake war.
Excuse me.
So, as of April 2026, the Strait of Hormuz is a critical global maritime choke point experiencing severe disruption, but it's a 21-mile wide waterway. Now, why am I say 21 miles? Because now you remember I said 7 is the number of completion.
Yes.
Everything in threes. So what's 3 times 7? 21.
Oh, yes. I'm thinking 33 times. Yes, 21.
21. Okay. So it's a 21-mile wide waterway.
Yes, is what you said.
We're no longer under maritime law.
Water. Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's a ceasefire on maritime, no more. Right?
Yes.
Okay, no more maritime law. That's what we've been under with these courts. Admiralty maritime law, right?
Yes, sir.
So he shut that down. Now, 21. Now today's date is what? The 12th.
Yes, it is.
Which is the opposite of what? 21.
21.
Right?
Somebody said 21 Savage.
Come on, they got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And JD Vance, he was over there for 21 hours.
Wow.
Exactly
Wow.
21 hours.
Okay.
I sent you a picture of a ship, and it was 121. So they're letting you know everything is completed. Completion. 7 times 3. Right?
Right.
So that means 9 days from today. 9 means the end of something and the beginning of something new, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's 9 days from today? 21. April 21st,
my God.
right?
This is serious.
This is very serious. It's over.
Whoa. Wow. Deion Sanders was 21. His number was 21.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. They're enjoying this. The Soul family. Yes. They said the shift is here. You breaking it down so they can understand it.
Yeah, the shift is here. And when he did that, I mean, I was blown away. I mean, because we know that something divine is coming, but see, you have to understand too, this is also the second Passover today. This is the other resurrection. I caught you off guard with that.
And yeah, because I've kept Passover since I was a child. We had Passover, and then we had the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So that was about.
But you going by you're going by the Gregorian calendar.
True. Okay.
We're going by the Julian calendar.
The Julian calendar. Okay.
Right. So this is also the resurrection today, starting today.
The 12th.
But see, now look, 7 is completion. So 7 days ago was what? April the 5th.
The 5th. Yeah, 12 minus 7 is 12.
There you go. So now we're dealing with a real Passover, a real resurrection, right? Now you talking about the death of a king and the rise of a king, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did I say the number 41 meant? King,
King.
right?
King, yes, sir.
Dr. Kia, if you don't mind, so you can show the soul tribe, pull up Thessalonians 4, verse 14.
Okay. Come on in the chat, family. We're glad to see you. We have Sheikh Jacob Bay in the room today, breaking it down, the world's most powerful reset. So this is 1 Thessalonians.
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
4 and 4. Wow. Interesting that you have 41, 4 and 14, 41.
It's 41 forward and 41 in reverse.
My Lord.
I'm waiting on you.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Thessalonians 4:14. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. Is that the right one?
That's fine. Because what did it just say? It said death of a king and the resurrection of a king.
Oh.
41 forwards and 41 in reverse. the Bible, I'm showing you how the Bible is coded.
I see. This verse promises that believers who have died, fallen asleep, will return with Jesus at his resurrection, anchored in a certainty of his own death and resurrection. This is what I believe, speaking of what you're saying, the second coming of Christ is. That because you talk about the second coming of Christ, you know, how Christ will come at the sound of the trumpet. Trump is the trumpet in Zion, blowing the trumpet.
Correct.
Christ will come, meaning our Christos consciousness will awaken.
Right.
Then the dead in Christ will rise first, those that are asleep, according to this scripture, and then those that are alive and remain shall be caught up to meet him together again. I'm saying the same thing as you. I can see that.
Yes.
Deep.
This is so real, it's ridiculous.
It really is.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So now, 3 days after the mountaintop, 3 days after, that was yesterday, right?
Yes.
So what's 3 days after the mountaintop? 414.
The 14th. Yes, April 14th.
414.
Come on.
And we are good.
And
that's when we will rise forever.
Woo-wee. It's happening.
It's happening.
Somebody said we were dead on paper.
We were dead on paper. That's that Maritime. They with me now. They with me.
They following you. Yes. Yes.
They're with me.
Yes, indeed. GT, are you with me? Oh, yeah. We having church. We ain't going nowhere. Sorry. Well, who was that? That was one of them gospel singers. Kirk Franklin. GP, are you with me? I don't know who he's talking about. Okay, so where do we go from here, Sheik?
Oh, you got that email.
I got the email, and I see that you sent me this picture here. The first picture is a ship.
Yeah. You see that number?
You want me to read that? Oh, DDG 121.
Yeah, that's Hormuz. That's that ship. Okay. And I'm telling you, that's completion. When you see 21, or you can look at it as 12 forward and 12 in reverse, because either way, it's 3.
Okay.
Like today's date is 1-2, as in the 12th, as in 3. You see what I'm saying? Because everything is 3s. They did that today.
Wow. Shall I read this?
Yeah, please do.
The Strait of Hormuz reference. The reference to the Strait of Hormuz, a vital, narrow shipping lane between Iran and Oman, in connection with these gods, suggests a comparison between the destructive divine powers of the gods Thunder or Zeus and sea storms Poseidon, and the intense geopolitical tensions of modern maritime conflict. Wow.
So we're not under that conflict or constraint of that maritime stuff anymore. Now how quick does that change? I mean, you know, everything in 3, so I could say within the next 30 days, right?
Okay.
But it might happen in the next 3 days. You see what I'm saying? But change is coming. We're never going back to an old system.
Okay.
We're not going backwards. We're only going forwards. So and people who had heard me, you know what I'm saying, I said everything going to be going down on April the 10th.
Yes.
Well, yeah. That's when Trump put out that message, world's most powerful reset.
Sure did.
Surely did.
Death and resurrection, Chicago is saying in the chat. Chicago South Shore.
That's Thessalonians 4:14.
Okay.
So we're here. So what's next after that? I don't even know.
Okay, let me see.
You can start off with the woman. Go back if you don't mind.
Go back. Okay, let me go back. I see her here.
Now you remember I told you they're going to put things in the gas prices.
Yes, I remember calling you. Said, "Hey, the gas is $4.29 here." You was like, "That's a code."
Right. So y'all said, you know, White supremacy is 14 times 3, and 14 times 3 is 42.
Okay.
And 9 means the end of something and the beginning of something new, right? So the gas price there was $4 and what? 29 cents.
Let me go back.
Yeah.
Here we go. They wanted us to see this, obviously, because they could have told her,
wanted
hey,
us
move
to see
away.
it, and they wanted us to see something else. See the logo next to it?
The shell here or this one down
Yes,
here?
as in a what? Seashell. Maritime law.
I see.
You with me?
I'm with you.
No more of the white supremacy ideology and no more of the laws of the sea.
They've been telling us watch the water for several years now.
Right. And see, Revelations 2:1, that's another 21. That's completion, 21. Revelation 2:1 said, God said there'll be a new heaven, a new earth, and no more sea, no more laws of the sea. We're done.
It's over.
It's over. Okay, you can go to the next one.
Okay. And it's over.
Now, if you don't mind, enlarge that a little bit. So I want people to see the bottom of that screen at the right-hand side.
And you know what? Now the gas prices, two weeks ago, it was $4.29. Now the gas prices are $4.19. I kid you not. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to shoot it for
$4.19, right?
$4.19. Yes, just like right here. $4.19.
Yes.
This is not a mere coincidence. It's not happenstance. This had to be planned. Yes.
So at 4:19 p.m. on 4/10/41, right? Letting you know it's the end of a king and the beginning of a new king, or return of a deity, right?
Okay. Return
of a deity. And that was exactly 4:19 p.m. But I want you to see what that was tied into.
Okay.
And everything in threes, it says 30 minutes right above that.
Right here. That? Okay. Yes.
Now, go to the next image if you don't mind. But the next image is going to be Trump.
Do these numbers mean anything?
No, that's the calendar.
Oh, okay. So you said go to the next one.
The next one is Trump. Don't worry about Trump. Go to the Obama image.
Okay. Here we go.
There you go. That's tied into what you all just saw, right? And y'all got mad at me when I said you're going to see the return of a deity, right? So
especially
Obama comes back.
Especially when you said it was going to be Obama, people were very angry. I was like, I was with you until you said anything about Obama. And here we are.
And he said in that interview, and people could probably pull it up, that he said, I may run again. Right? But if you read the headline or the bottom of that, it says possible meeting of iconic Chicagoans, right?
Yes.
So he was supposed to be meeting with Pope Leo the 14th. Okay. Leo means king, right? Right. Now, iconic. Let's work that word.
Work it.
Take out the I and the C and just roll with icon.
Okay.
Because we are the icons. I is 9, C is 3. That's 12. O is 15. 15 and 12 is what? I'll wait on you.
27.
27. And N is 14. 14 and 27 is 41. So it's a return of a deity. And Chicago is Upper East.
And yeah, I had a picture of him on Twitter holding up a sign saying, do you want me to run again? Oh, I know you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And see, people don't understand that just like they convince us to be against people, they can convince us to fall in love with people again.
Correct.
It's the power of propaganda and media. But I was told long ago that President, and I told you this before, President Obama was a double agent, and that a lot of things that he did, I'm not talking about the nefarious things, but a lot of things he did was the precursor to what Trump is doing. Now, I'm not saying I support it or against it, but that's what I heard.
They were in on it together. Yes, see, I said every time you see an H in the C, it means a reversal. So they said Obama was born in Hawaii.
Yes.
There's your H.
Okay.
But he did his politics in Chicago. There's your C, right?
Yes.
That's a reversal. Now, he also said he never identified as being black, and that's where most people got pissed off with him.
That is, yes.
Right? But
yes.
he never identified as being black. He always had a nationality.
True.
He said, I'm Kenyan American.
Wow.
Now, all you other folk out here want to identify as black, that's on you. But even when they had the Trayvon Martin shooting, he said, that's somebody that looks like me. He didn't say black like me.
He said looks like me.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
So people better get over that and see. Now, look, he was also the last corporate president to live in that White House.
Yes.
Biden did not stay in that White House. Biden went back to the corporation every day.
Okay.
The corporation is the United States corporation is founded in Delaware. Right?
Yes, sir. 1871.
That's why they said George Washington crossed the Delaware, and then the last president of the corporation was Biden, who went back to Delaware.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Now you got what's his name? Trump.
Yes.
He did not take a salary. He was not being paid by the corporation.
No, it wasn't yet.
He did not take no money. He lived in Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
He didn't live at the White House.
He sure did not.
Mar-a-Lago is made of Moorish architecture.
Mar-a-Lago. Okay. Oh, yes.
Anybody can look it up. It's Moorish architecture.
I'm gonna look it up. It's beautiful. I know I've seen it. I've driven past there several times. It is absolutely stunning, but I've never been inside.
Yeah, put in Mar-a-Lago Moorish architecture.
Moorish architecture.
Moorish architecture, yeah.
Should I pull it up?
Well, if you find it.
Wow. Okay, but it doesn't say
It doesn't say Moorish architecture.
Hold on, Mar-a-Lago. I just put up Moorish architecture. I forgot to put in Mar-a-Lago. Yes. Let me bring it up. Yes. Hold on. Hold your horses, family. Here we go.
And fam, that's why I be telling y'all, everything I'm saying, y'all can cross-reference yourself and see that it's for real. I don't just be throwing stuff out there.
Mar-a-Lago is primarily designed in the Spanish, Moorish, or Hispano-Moresque revival style, incorporating Venetian and Portuguese influence.
How you like that?
Built in 1927 for Marjorie Merriweather Post, the estate features signature Moorish elements like arches, a 75-foot tower, and thousands of 15th century Spanish tiles.
Now, it was built in the year 1927.
Yes.
So you remember I always said 46 means the transition in power? Remember 46?
Yes.
Okay, so 1927, 19 plus 27 is 46.
Wow.
Putting it in your face.
I'm going to see if I can find an image of Mar-a-Lago. They have several images here. It's just stunning. Stunning. That's an image right there. Yeah, Moorish architecture. Wow, chic.
Yeah.
Gold in the inside. Thank you for the Cash App blessing, family. I appreciate all your gifts. And I appreciate your time, your energy. I also appreciate not 13, but 1,073 people being in the chat. Please hit the like button, family, as you enter the room, because we have this phenomenal guest, none other than Sheikh Jacob Bey, coming to talk to us about what's in his book. I know so many people, they've been asking me, when's the book coming out? They are really anticipating this. And we know, family, that you're ready. It's just that it takes so much time after you write the book, manuscript. Then you have to look for publishers. That's the wrong one. Let's see. If you want to get on the book list, then can you tell us what your email is, Sheik? I'm looking it up.
It's dejourlaw33@gmail.com. That's DEJURE, the number 33. There you go, at gmail.com.
And anybody that's supporting his work, you may also send a gift or a donation to dejourlaw33@gmail. Oh, sorry. That's no, sorry about that. At $ all rights reserved. I apologize for that. Cash App $ all rights reserved. The book is called You're Welcome, and he appreciates all of the gifts.
I really do. I appreciate everybody who showed me some love in the past and those who have followed up with, second little donations or whatever. I just appreciate all the love. And I appreciate the emails and the kind words.
Mm-hmm. And what's the name? What's the name of the book again?
The Copper King, The Transition in Power. Phenomenal. And for those who don't know, it started in 2019. Mm-hmm. We knew that because I said, you know what? The 400 years are over from 1619 to 2019. That's 400 years. And that's why they started COVID-19. But 7 means completion. So now that's why we're in the 407th year of our enslavement. Mm. This is the year that we're free from that. Because it's there 46 means transition in power, right?
Yes.
We're in 2026. What's 20 plus 26? 46. So 46, we're looking 46, at the transition. 46. We're there. 46. This is the year.
Mm. Wow. Some people don't believe that Obama's coming back. They believe he's been get mode. The interesting thing about the news is like they can tell us people been to Guantanamo Bay. They can tell us people been hanged. I have, some documents that talk about certain people that's been forced to resign. But I can only go on what they say unless I see it. I don't, sometimes unless you see it, you don't know if it's just propaganda. Was he get mode? I don't know.
And, I'm tired of that. I don't want to go in all that stuff.
Okay.
But let me say this. When you start talking about Michael Jackson, did he die? Is he alive? Prince, did he die? Is he alive? Mm-hmm. I didn't see nobody in the casket. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see no funeral. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of people haven't seen none of that. You know what I'm saying? They just said, "Oh, he's dead." Just like when Dick Gregory supposedly died, one day they said he was lost in the woods and you never heard nothing back. No funeral, no nothing.
Wow.
So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're not telling the truth.
Right.
But at least back it up with something. You're gonna jump out there saying, "Oh, they've been deleted and all this other stuff." Back it up with something.
Okay. A death certificate, a body at the funeral, something, huh?
Back it up with something.
Okay.
Because nobody's been able to back it up with nothing.
Interesting. I see we have new members. Hi, Lawrence. Welcome to the Soul Tribe membership group. I'm glad to see you. Later on this week, we're going to talk about Venezuela and what we know about their currency revaluing. So stay tuned for that video for the private group. It most likely will be tomorrow that we'll talk about that. So thank you, Brother Lawrence. I see you in the chat. And there was another private member, a new member as well. As soon as I get to you, I'll bring you up on the screen. So many comments are here, Jacob. We have 1,086 people in the chat. So it's kind of challenging to go through all these comments. Oh, here we go. Here you go. I see you. Jay Rich. Welcome, Jay Rich, as our new member. Family, if you like being around like-minded people who talk about investments, gold, silver, copper, precious metals, precious stones, rare earth minerals, foreign currencies, then join a private group. You can hit the join button on any of my videos or go to the Dr. Kia Pruitt show on YouTube, hit join, the join button, and follow the prompts. The people who are part of that Soul Tribe, that private group membership, say they really enjoy it because it's just a small group of people who talk about things that we don't necessarily discuss in the public. All right, what else is next, Sheikh Jacob Bey?
Oh, that's it on the pictures, I believe.
That's it on the pictures.
Yeah, because you showed the Trump thing from the very beginning. You titled the show "World's Most Powerful Reset."
Mm-hmm.
That was what that Trump picture was.
Oh, okay. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to all of those who have sent me a gift, either this podcast or the one yesterday, because we had like 3 podcasts that Chief Mac and I did. So let me just thank people publicly right now. Oh, I see you still sending in the gifts. Thank you so very much. I just want you to know I appreciate you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I honor you for blessing me and honoring me for the energy that I exchange with the Soul family. Sister Natasha says, thank you. You said thank you for being amazing. Thank you, Sister Natasha. Thank you for your cash out. Thank you for your kind words. Watkins sent something a little earlier, and Watkins says thank you with a heart emoji and the amen hands. You're welcome. Also, Sister Sherry sent a gift. She said she sends the gratitude emoji. Edward says, I'm donating to the Dr. Kia Pruitt show. Who else? Frank says, thank you, Dr. Kia. You're welcome. Sister Denise says, great live. Thank you so much. Cherise said, she sends heart emojis. And Brother Lloyd says, I appreciate your divine work. Brother Sean says, thank you so much, Dr. Pruitt. With love, I'm sending this gift to you. Thank you. And of course, Beautiful Mac's ministry. Y'all know Chief Mac, he loves to help people. He loves to share his blessings and his bounty with us. So he also sent a gift to me through the Dr. Kia Pruitt show's Cash App. $ Mama Kia 13. I'm most grateful. I appreciate you all. So what is this reset that we're talking about? Like, are they literally pushing a button and they're going to start everything over? Are they going back to zero? What is this reset, Sheikh?
No more debt.
Ah.
No more debt. No more drowning in debt.
Okay.
You'll be flying in credit.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And it's about the restoration of the land. You remember I always said that 10 means God's promise and God's word?
Yes.
Number 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if you break down the word Hormuz, Hormuz,
yes,
it equals 101. That's 10 forward and 10 in reverse.
Wow.
Right? Then you know that this is God's promise.
Mm. So it's a financial reset, and it's the restoration of the land. Everything.
And the restoration of the land.
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
So no more of the, the United States controlling your 50 states. That's going to be over.
Mm. So the federal government was controlling the states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now the states are sovereign, and which is probably why in 2024, the Supreme Court, July 2024, stated that, or they ruled that state-sponsored banks can operate independently from the Federal Reserve central banking system and issue out their own gold-backed currency. So essentially, it sounded like they were saying no more control by the Federal Reserve central banking system or the United States Incorporated.
Correct. And with each state being its own foreign country,
mm-hmm.
It's going to operate by its own laws. And that's really going to be why you're going to need a passport just to travel within the land.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you're going between different countries when you travel in America, even in America.
But who is that really for? That's not for us. That's for them.
Uh-oh.
I hate to say that. I'm so sorry.
For other people who are not Americans.
Yeah, thank you for saying it that way.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I looked up to reset. It says to set again. Let's see. Let me look up the etymology. I like the etymology. I want to look up the origin of the word. Etymology of reset. I think it's going to be left up to maybe, I don't know, the courts to decide how they're going to handle the whole issue with citizenship, because citizenship or U.S. citizenship is something that was issued out by the United States government. But the United States government is insolvent. They have no money. They can't pay up their debt. They're defunct. So if they issued out citizenships and privileges of the United States Incorporated, when they're dismantled and they've gone away, so has citizenship and privileges. They've all gone away. So people are asking, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means that a lot of people will have to leave. In fact, people know this. That's why 2 million people have been deported from America. 2 million. You know how many of those were self-deported? It was 1.5 million of those, a little over 1.5 million of those self-deported. 700,000 were deported by the government. So those 1.3.4 million that self-deported, they knew that they were here on a glorified extended visa and a glorified work permit by calling them United States citizens that were granted privileges or afforded privileges by the United States Incorporated. It's a wrap.
And a lot of them that aren't going to be deporting, they're already hunkered down under the ground.
Yes. So yeah, I've seen the videos.
And they've been planning these communities. They've been planning this for a very long time.
Yes.
At least the last 30, 40 years.
I saw some of the underground bunkers. People were like, what's going on down here? They showed trucks down there. They were like, it's complete cities underground. And I'm like, humans are living underground? Yes, sir. They want to know, is everybody going back to tribal? I don't know if they mean tribal law.
You're going back to 10 commandments. And then you're going to govern yourself, because it's going to be it's going to be more of an autonomous system versus someone governing your mind, government, governing your mental. You're not going to have that no more.
I love it. Lil Quantum says people will go back and make their countries great again.
I pray they do.
Because, just imagine if you come here and you enjoy the country and the great, the resources and the benefits here, and you work harder than everybody else, then you could take back all the lessons that you've learned being in this great nation and make your country great, because now you know how to create businesses. Now you know how, if you didn't know that already, now you know how to do a lot of things that maybe you didn't know before. Additionally, in order to get the NASARA benefits, the National Economic Security Reformation Act benefits, you will have to be in your own country anyway. Because national benefits will only go to nationals. So if you're not American, it doesn't make sense to get American benefits of NASARA, but it does make sense to go to the country of one's origin to receive the benefits.
Right.
Now, do you remember when, thank you, Cheek, when they had stimulus checks they were passing out?
Yeah.
During COVID, people had to be in their own countries to receive those stimulus checks.
When they passed them out, they gave you an option of receiving it by mail or having a direct deposit. And I said, you know what? This government will trick you into something real quick. And they would probably throw out there that, we gave you reparations and you accepted the money.
Oh.
Via stimulus check.
Mm. You know, when my son was in Brazil at the time, he couldn't apply. He could not even access America's government websites to get the unemployment benefits from COVID or the stimulus checks. Whereas before he can access websites from Brazil because his wife is from there. But we were talking about that today. It was like I couldn't get any access. I couldn't get the money. I couldn't apply. I could do nothing. And I was like, that's true. So it may be the same when the NSR benefits are released. You know, the benefits that says everybody would get a certain amount in their quantum accounts, non-interest bearing accounts. You
Well,
might have to go ahead.
one thing I want people to look out for, especially on these websites, they're going to start changing certain things on these websites. One is going to be United States as your country, because we know the United States is not a country.
Come on.
Right?
Yes, sir.
They may change it to, and I pray they do, USA versus the United States.
Yes.
And if they're doing that, then they're admitting that this is American land. So you're doing commerce as an American versus doing it as a U.S. citizen.
And I heard the way you properly spell it is lowercase UNITED, lowercase STATES, capital AMERICA. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's called United States Minor.
Okay. Come on through here.
Just like the Obama letter, Pope Francis' letter to Obama.
Yes.
It says United States Minor.
Yes. I don't think some people who have come here to enjoy the privileges, not the rights. A privilege and a right is different. Because, you know, people say, I have a right to be here. No, the United States Incorporated granted you privileges. A right is for the sovereigns that are on the land. Somebody told me it's sovereign principles. But I don't think people know what it feels like to see people from all over the world in your country living better than you, living well above you, having their established churches, their established communities, their restaurants, their jewelry shops, their hair shops, their, you know, all their owning the hotels, having a top banking position, CEO. But I don't know if they know what that feels like to see every single person living better than you when you're the indigenous people. It's not even about, I can't even say it's jealousy, because I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I just always felt like, why is this allowed?
Well,
and then laws, go ahead.
You had rights all the way to the age of 13 years old, because that's when you were still 13 now. M is the 13th letter. M is more, man, master. So when you 13, you still had rights. When you turn 14, that's that white supremacy thing. That's when you have privileges. Just like a privilege to get a driver's license.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
Yeah, they say you get driver's permit at 14.
At 14, yeah.
Right?
I remember.
Because we want you to be part of this system when you turn 14. And you have no more rights. You have privileges.
You know what I would thank you, Sheik. What I'm referring to is this, and I'm not going to stay on it. I'm just, because I've shown this before. When I first looked at this pyramid, I was like, you know what? Income matters. And the reason why everybody's doing well in terms of income, thank you for the Cash App gift, is because they have an education. They're two-parent households. You know, they're two-parent households. And they even say percentage of population with a bachelor's, they have at least a bachelor's degree. We need to do better. We need to be a two-parent household. We need to have at least a bachelor's degree. But when you look deeper, you're like, wait a minute. The East Indians, the Indian Americans make $100,500 on average. The Filipino Americans make 83. The Taiwanese underneath them making 82. The Sri Lankan Americans, it's interesting how they would make Sri Lanka American, you know, like they're both come from both places. The Japanese Americans on average make 72,000 per household. Then the Malaysians at 70,000. Then the Chinese Americans at 69,000. Then the Pakistani Americans at 66. The white Americans, according to this paradigm or paragraph, whatever you call this pyramid, makes 59. Korean Americans, 59 too, right underneath white Americans at 59.9. Indonesian Americans, they bring on average 57.5. The average American household has 56 too. The Thai Americans have 55,000 on average per year that they bring home. The Bangladeshis bring home about 50. The Nepali Americans bring home 43.5. The Hispanic Latino Americans 43, and the African Americans 35,000 on average per household. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need to do better. We need more education. We need 2-parent households. But then when you look deeper and you ask yourself, what do all these people have that we don't, being the indigenous people here on the land, is access. Access to resources, to land. They could get homes without a credit score. I know what I'm talking about. My son was a broker. We worked in real estate. We know brokers and mortgage loan officers. I worked as a student affairs administrator. Students, not documented, could buy houses with no credit score, no job. I kid you not, Sheik. I'm not making this up. You can also become a lawyer or an attorney here in America, going to Stanford in California as an undocumented student. Their children that they dropped off here and became citizens through birthright citizenship got the Black American scholarships. They changed it for scholarships for Black folks to minorities, and they classified the immigrants that came here as minorities, although they had white status. They got the engineering scholarships. They got the science, technology, engineering, math scholarships. How do you know, Dr. Pruitt? Because I worked in student affairs, not just immigrant, undocumented students. We had undocumented student offices at higher education administration, institutions of higher administration. I mean, colleges, universities, even Research One universities all over the country, where they got housing, they got food, they got their education paid for, they got scholarships, they got books, all of this. And you think they just come here with nothing and they're able to thrive. I mean, it's a good story, but is it the truth? And I yield to you, Sheik. It's not the truth.
That's deep. But, that's part of the afflicting. And you remember I said that we'll be afflicted for 400 years.
You said that.
So, and you got the gatekeepers to make sure that you don't have access.
Mm-hmm.
So they just did their job.
Let me show you this one observation. I'll get this because it's covering your face. Let me get that off of there. Sekhmet Fire Goddess is saying, what's wild about the pyramid is outside of African American, Hispanic, and whites, the rest are Asians. Wow. In fact, most of the millionaire and billionaires here in the Americas are Asian, Europeans, and Asians, but most of them are Asians. I looked up, I did the research.
I'm not surprised.
And nobody's saying anything bad about Asians, but it does bring to mind how the governor, at the governor's conference on February 8, 2020, the former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, addressed the governors, and he said, I know how complicit you've been with the Chinese Communist Party, all of you governors, and I have a report card from A to F, how complicit you've been. I'm going to tell you, do the right thing. I know who you are. I'm not only the Secretary of State, but I'm the ex-CIA director. I know who you are, what you allowed, how you have allowed people from the Communist Chinese Party to come and infiltrate banking, to infiltrate institutions of higher education, to infiltrate medical research, to infiltrate education, to infiltrate government. You've been complicit and allowed them to come here as citizens of the United States, knowing that they were selling secrets back to their country. He said, now I'm not speaking out against all of them. I'm speaking out against the ones that work with the CCP. Yes, sir.
But the Asians were the ones who also perpetrated like they were the Indians that have these reservations.
Oh.
See, you got to understand it's on both sides of the spectrum. They made billions as U.S. citizens, and they had land rights as indigenous.
Wow.
They controlled it all from both sides.
Something that my son, who's an economist, told me, and I shared this with my private group. He said, you have to understand that the Chinese has been a world superpower at least 3 times. And I had to look it up. It's very true. And they were on the ascent to take over again. 3 times. And I listed out what those 3 times were.
Threes.
Everything in threes.
And China is what? C. C is the third letter. Wow. They did it on purpose, right?
Wow.
Because you had America, you had the United States, Russia, China. But guess what? 1924 was the year that the United States allowed those Asians to come in and act as though they're indigenous.
Okay.
Pull that up. You remember 1924?
Let me look that up. What am I looking up now?
You can pull up 1924 Indian Act.
Okay. It's interesting because I've always said they sure do look Asian, but never put it together, until I learned.
You remember they had those Asians working on the railroads.
1924. Oh, there's one that comes up, 1924 Indian Citizenship Act.
There you go.
Should I pull that one up or just Indian? There's an Indian Act too.
Either one. It's about probably the same thing.
Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's bring it up. Thank you, Soul Tribe, for coming in the room. Please hit the like button as you enter the room, and make sure you send the Sheik a love offering if you desire, please, for this tireless work. His Cash App is $ all rights reserved. You can send him an email to go on his mailing list for his book at dejourlaw33, dejourlaw33@gmail.com. Now what we're doing is we're looking at the 1924 Indian Citizenship Act. Is this what we're talking about? You want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
AI overview. The Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, signed by President Calvin Coolidge on June the 2nd, 2024, granted full United States citizenship to all Native Americans born in the United States. Often called the Snyder Act, it was a response to the military service of 125,000 Native Americans in World War I, aiming to reward service while securing voting rights and recognizing Native populations as citizens. Is that the one?
Yeah, now, you know what they did? Basically, they were the United States was still trying to make claim to land that they weren't entitled to, and that's why they did it.
I learned through my studies that there's a difference between natural born and native born. Natural born means you sprung from the soil. Your ancestors came from a place. Native born means you might have been birthed on the land, but that doesn't mean your ancestry comes from the land. So people can say, well, that's my country of my nativity. That's not necessarily the country of your people's origin. Natural born. You're not necessarily natural born. So it can get really tricky, but people have to study the etymology. They have to study Black's Law Dictionary, and they just have sometimes you get oral information from your ancestors. Yes, Sheik.
Well, I mean, that's why they're talking about the whole birthright citizenship now.
Okay.
Anything dealing with 14, they're talking about taking down. That's in the 14th Amendment, right? You're getting rid of it.
Getting
That's
rid of
part of the reset.
that. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Somebody says thank you, YouTube. That's Dana Freelet. Do you have time for questions to answer questions, Sheik, or before we go?
I'll answer some questions.
Okay. Anything else before we get to there?
No, we're good.
Okay. The reset. It's here, family. It is upon us. Everything is being reset. The financial system. Would you agree, Sheik, that thank you for the Cash App gift? Would you agree that the government is gone? Is closed?
Not all the way,
Okay, not all the
but
way.
many of the programs have already been dissolved. Just like yesterday, he got rid of the special education program.
I didn't know
But
that.
see, yeah, and he already got rid of the Department of Education and some of these other things, and the Department of Treasury has changed. So many of these offices have already changed up, and that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That
but
so
you
that
know,
would go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
That would be why the United States Treasury Department reported last month that $1.7 trillion of student loan debt was transferred over from the Department of Education to the United States Treasury.
Right. So student loans or those kind of assistant programs, that's going to be gone. Your Department of Children's Services, that's going to change some. HUD is going to change. Section 8 is going to change. Food stamp program is going to change. Because see, when you have great wealth and abundance, you're not going to need those things.
I see. I see.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know, everything that they have robbed you from having access to will be no more. You'll have full access to everything. That includes resources, housing, opportunities. You have all that. And you know how they say you can, when you manifest something in your mind, it'll be.
Yes.
So you'll be able to manifest your own reality because there's not going to be any stumbling blocks to get in your way from being able to do what you need to do. You have an idea, you'll be able to go out and do it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I've heard that no more Section 8 vouchers are being issued out.
Now people are going to be upset because they're going to be upset about the whole Social Security thing. They're going to be upset about, 401ks. They're going to be upset about, retirement and pensions and stuff like that. But great wealth and abundance, you're not going to need that. You're not going to need the government to take care of you because the government won't be anymore. You're your own government. and because Trump has already made the other countries pay in a tribute to you, that's called tariffs. So all that money that's coming in from other countries is going to the American people. And we already know that the national debt clock is what the United States owes the American people. So when it's already at what, 39 trillion, maybe 38 trillion.
Debt?
Yeah. So when it hits 41 trillion, everything in threes, trillion is 3.
Right.
Right. It goes to you.
You are one bad man. Sister Cynthia said the CCC are backed by the Black nobility. I had no idea. Well, the Evergrande was the largest real estate company owned by the Chinese Communist Party of China. They filed for bankruptcy here in America a couple years ago. I was like, why is their real estate company filing for bankruptcy in America? And then they were forced to liquidate their assets several months later.
Real estate. Now, see, now here's another thing about Trump. So people get this in your head. The reason why you have Trump in office and he's restoring your land back to you.
Hmm.
Now remember, now every other president was either a lawyer, a politician, or something like that, right?
Yes.
Trump was in real estate. Why? So he can give you back your real estate.
Wow. Wow. That's huge. Now, people will say he was chosen because he was an expert in bankruptcy, but they don't tell you the other part.
Right.
I thought I had the year correct because I remember reporting on this about 3 years ago about the CCP real estate company filed for bankruptcy. So it was in 2023. Evergrande filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy protection in the United States on August 17, 2023. The filing in a New York court was designed to protect the developer's U.S. assets during a reconstruction process involving more than 300 billion. But then, I think about a year later, they were forced to liquidate their assets.
Right.
Mm. Mm. They said, "Boom, chic." Mm-hmm. Any questions, family? I might have missed some. Let's see. Yes, get rid of the IRS. Oh, earlier somebody asked, do I have to pay my taxes?
I'm not gonna say yes or no because I don't want nobody getting in trouble on the Dr. Kia show.
Right, right.
I'm not gonna get into that.
Yes.
I'll just say keep your eyes glued on what's going on, and you use your own discernment.
Hmm. Thank you for that. Jasmine John asks, when will the Americans see their money? Hmm. Well, we do know that the Treasury Department ruled in favor of Donald Trump phasing out all paper dollars. So that would be phasing out the United States dollar. That's printed by the Federal Reserve Central Banking System. So those are being phased out. And we also know that the Treasury Department ruled in favor of Donald Trump signing his signature to the new currency, which will be backed by gold. And we heard from Chief Rod Hayes that currency that's printed that has Trump's signature would be the transitional currency. It's going to phase out one, but they're going to release Trump's currency, phase out the United States dollar, and then go to gold and digital assets. So the articles that say that the Treasury Department ruled in favor of Trump phasing out all paper dollars says instead we'll be using digital coins and gold. But when that will happen, I don't know. Somebody asked when would that will happen, Sheik.
I'm not sure. It's gonna be soon. You
Hmm.
know, everything is happening this year.
Hmm.
That much I do know. Everything is happening this year. I wouldn't be surprised within 90 days where you see a full transition because what happens in less than 90 days, you have July 4th.
Right. Oh my
Right.
God, that's right.
And what did I say earlier in your show? 7 means completion.
Yes,
Isn't that the 7th month?
it is.
Okay. So, and that will be the 250th anniversary since the 1776 Bill of Rights.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Or the Declaration of Independence.
And Trump said there would be a celebration, a huge
A
celebration.
huge celebration, right?
Yes,
So that means you'll be independent from the United States.
got it. Come on, Sheik. Sister Janine asked you, Sheik Bay, Sheik Jacob. So the people getting Social Security, will they be cut off?
Yeah. It won't be a program. It won't be a Social Security program anymore.
Okay.
Don't be upset about it. Please don't, because like I said, you coming into great wealth. So if let's say you were getting $2,500 a month for Social Security,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
However, now that that's over with, but you're getting anywhere between $20,000 and $50,000 a month, which one would you rather have?
50, the
Right,
most. Mm-hmm.
right. So would you care about the Social Security at that point?
No,
See,
no.
see, see, the thing is, our people, they say, well, shit, we want that too, right? We want everything we supposed to get. I get
Mhm,
that, but come
mhm.
on.
Right, right. And what is social security anyway? Like that, is that a socialistic program? I don't know.
It is.
Okay. Uh, Florence wants to know, so the schools will be closed down too, she?
No,
Okay.
no, not the way they what they teach will be restructured.
Hmm.
Everything that they're teaching, they're going to have to start, and the states will be in control of the schools and not the United States government. That's why
Okay.
they shut down the Department of Education in DC, because we can't teach these children the lies anymore. We got to start teaching them the truth,
Hmm.
right? About the real history. None of that BS. Oh, it's gonna piss a lot of people off once they start waking up. Like, what?
Hmm.
Because everything they're gonna be finding out. You mean they lied about this,
Yeah.
that? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. And in some states they have funds now so that people can use money to send their children to private school or to homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
Many states now. It's because President Trump, he froze money that was given to the Department of Education, and then he took that money and he gave it to the states.
And things like grants and all that to do your
Yes.
charter schools and all that. Those grants are gonna be gone.
Oh, are those funded by the government?
Anything that's funded by the government has to shut down.
I see. Wow.
And that may not be immediate, but it's going to be happening. And people are still going to be upset because of the fact that, oh, here we go with that again. And see, you're still thinking Democrat and
Mm.
Republican,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
They both the same bird. Because you got a left wing and a right wing, it's the same bird. And when they
Mm.
talk about the left wing of what? The eagle.
The ego. Mm.
Right?
Somebody from, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Somebody from where?
Somebody from the Instagram family had to go to another screen. Asked, how do these changes impact people from the Caribbean? Thank you for that question.
I'm not sure how it's going to, some people got to go back home.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But the best thing to do is go back home voluntarily. Get your RV from wherever you came from, whether it's Haiti, Jamaica, or whatever. Get your blessing, and then you'll have an opportunity to come back into the Americas the right way.
Okay.
Just think about it. Like your boy Chief Max said, everybody got an opportunity to become billionaires.
Right.
So to get a $5 million gold card for you and your family ain't gonna be no big deal.
Ah.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
Because once you have your RV, and that's coming, you'll be fine. I mean, that's gonna be like a drop in the bucket.
Can you tell them what the RV is?
The revaluation of the currency, of the foreign currency. And the last time it happened, I believe, was in 1991.
Yes,
So
sir.
it has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And just think about it. 1991, 1991. The first shall be last. The last shall be first.
Wow.
They did that. And I don't know if this is the third RV or the second one. I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't.
But it has happened in our history before. Some of us thinking that, is this just something that they just conjured up, or is this something that's
Mm-hmm.
real? It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. And I don't really believe that it's going to happen at all the banks. It may, but I also believe that it's going to happen at the post office,
Okay.
which was
Will you be able to go and exchange your currencies for the
yeah,
new? Okay.
because at the post office, at one point they used to exchange currencies at the post office.
Hmm. I didn't know that. Now people are asking, what about mortgages and credit card debt? What's going to happen with
All
those?
that's gone. That's part of the reset.
You
No
saw
more
that?
debt. No more debt. That's part of the
Mm-hmm.
reset. No more. Everything got to be okay. Wait. This is also known as the Nissan, which is Hebrew, and in
Nissan.
Hebrew,
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the Jubilee,
Mm,
right? And you remember I told
yes.
you, that Nashville is the capital of Egypt,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
That's why LeBron James was hollering about the Memphis Grizzlies need to move from Egypt of Memphis to Nashville. He said that, and
Okay.
he's 41 years old when he said that. But
Mm,
the purpose of me saying that is because Nashville is known for Nissan, which is where the Titans play, and so and you
okay.
just posted it just in Jubilee, as in the
Somebody said
Jubilee,
it.
as in
Yes.
the Jubilee Singers.
Mm,
The Jubilee Singers,
mm.
Fisk University Jubilee Singers. That's both in Nashville, Tennessee, right?
Wow.
So
Right.
that's about to happen.
Mm,
And it's about frequencies. You remember I said we're returning to love, but we're returning to frequencies.
mm.
And music is the frequency, as in Music City. That's what Nashville
Yes.
is known for, Music City, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
frequencies. And those frequencies will go all beyond the world. That's why this Michael Jackson movie is so important, because you have 777,
Okay.
seven completion. So if you
Mm-hmm.
start out at April 1st, which is 41, then you have 777. 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, right?
Yes.
All right. Then everything in threes. Add 3 days to that. 24. What day does that Michael Jackson movie come out? April 24.
Wow.
So why I'm saying that is because the world has to go to frequencies.
Mm,
And that's the music. And the highest frequency was Michael Jackson's music,
mm.
right?
Yes.
See, they shut down. Let
Mm,
me tell you
mm.
something. They killed off those frequencies, because at the highest peak of those frequencies, you had Prince and Michael, even Whitney.
Mm,
And they shut the music industry shut it down.
mm.
You know how they shut it down? Gangster rap.
Sure enough.
So enough,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
And when
Yes.
you change the frequency of the people, you change the mindset of the people, right?
Mm.
So once you start talking about shooting up people, and the women calling themselves bitches and hoes, right? The whole frequency gets messed up. And that's why they had to, and I ain't gonna say they dead or alive. I ain't going into this, but they had to kill off Prince. They had to
Mm.
kill off Michael. They had to kill off Whitney. Those were your frequencies,
The frequencies. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So
Mm-hmm.
now think about this. So when the Michael movie comes out, it's going out throughout the world, because it's going to change the frequencies.
It's resetting
Come
the
on, girl.
frequency. Mm, 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 mm.
And
I
these
got
people,
chills. Mm,
and these people ain't talking about
mm,
wanting to see this movie once. They talking about going to see this movie 10, 20, 30 times, right? But
Right.
just imagine, it brings people together. Remember now, music is the one thing that can actually bring people together,
That's right.
right? It
From
doesn't
all
matter.
cultural backgrounds. Yes.
You go all the way back to the days of Ray Charles and all that stuff. And you know how they used to
Yes.
have, one group over here and one group over there, right? But when that music started hitting, everybody started just saying, "The hell with that! This is just dance," right?
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
this is. This is what this is about.
Okay. Mm.
And they had the world premiere of Michael in Berlin. This gets deep. Where's Berlin? Ain't that Germany?
It is.
Okay, now think about this. What's the symbol for the swastika? It's a reverse. It's a reverse 7, Dr. T.
Seven. That's right.
And it's pointing north, south, east, west, right?
Okay. Yes.
But,
Yes.
okay, so if you reverse that, it's the 7.
The 7.
7, 7, 7, 7. Completion. So they released that movie in Berlin. I'm talking about Michael. On day before yesterday, which was 4/10, 41. 41. Now watch. Thriller, the movie Thriller was about the resurrection of the dead.
Yes.
It was 14 minutes long. 14 meaning white supremacy, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm waiting on you. So now I'm waiting on you. So what's Berlin's release date for that movie, which was 4/10, to the release date of the American Michael premiere? It's on the 24th. It's 14 days.
14
it's
days.
The resurrection of the dead.
That's great. You breaking this down.
If y'all look at the Thriller video, the very last scene, and everybody knows this, when Michael turns around and looks back at the camera with the glassy eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
If you look right behind him, he got the obelisk in the background. Then you know that everything is returning to Egypt.
Wow.
Remember the time.
Remember the time. Beautiful. Some people in the chat, I don't know what their ethnicity is or nationality. They're like, but what if you have European descent and you're in America, do you have to go back to Europe to get your benefits? And then some people wonder, what if you've been here many generations?
I don't care nothing about that. Bye. They gotta go home. Whatever that looks like. And look, this is not, as I said earlier, about Haiti, Jamaica, whatever. Go back, get your RV, get your wealth, come back in the right way, you good, right? And if you're that wealthy, you can help other families too that want to come back. But if you're wealthy like that, what's wrong with staying in Jamaica? What's wrong with staying in Haiti? What's wrong with building up your nation?
Well, because they say the land doesn't belong to anybody. Nobody has a right to
it. It
land.
doesn't matter. I'm just saying, what's wrong with having the resources that you need to be able to create a better life for yourself and your family? Because that's really all it's about. It's really about resources. It's never about where I'm located.
Right.
Now you could say, well, I have my friends here. Okay. Well, you're a billionaire. Bring your friends with you and set them up. If that's what it's about, or buy the $5 million gold card and just come on back.
Now, do you know what? And so I need to research naturalization, because people are asking, what about the Naturalization Act? Should we say that for another show, or is that a process by which someone can become American?
Well, see, the thing about that is that that's what everybody's yelling about with this whole birthright citizenship, right? Because they're saying that just because, oh, okay, well, I was born here, that makes me American, right?
Yes.
But like, I think I used the same analogy on your last show. Look, if you're 8 months pregnant, you visit Japan, and you have a baby in Japan. Does that make your baby a Japanese citizen? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The citizenship goes back to when you go back to your country, right? That's all they're saying about here. Because it's like, look, just because you were born here don't make you that. You still European. You got to go on back to your country.
I hear it. It makes sense.
And the citizenship, like he said, it belongs to the babies of slaves. Now, whether y'all like it or not, that's what it is. And the baby of slaves, it says it at the post office, the prisoners of war.
No, you're right. And I don't know if a person, so I know when I was in Ghana, you couldn't just claim Ghanaian citizenship. You couldn't get a job. You better come with a business, and that business better be enough to employ their people. You couldn't buy property. You can purchase something if you got married to somebody, and you can lease it for 99 years, but you didn't own it.
But Trump said the same thing about here. He said, okay, once you buy the 5 million gold card, that's not it. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. The second part is now you must pay taxes to the American people. Not the United States government, but to the American people.
The American people sure did.
That's part two. The third part is you must maintain a minimum of $100,000 a year job to contribute to the economy, right?
Yes.
If you create jobs here, you must create jobs for the American people.
American people. It's the same in other countries.
Exactly.
People are wondering, aren't the Caribbean, though, if you're from the Caribbean islands, isn't that part of the Americas?
Some people think that. They have the United States minor outlying islands. And some of those include the Virgin Islands, Guam, stuff like that, right? And they identify which islands they are. But not every outlying island is part of the Americas.
Okay. Are you familiar with what the American Moorish or Moorish American Treaty addresses? Rod Hudson wants to know. What did the Moroccan American Treaty address?
Hey, Rod. That's his name, Rod?
It is R-A-H.
Rod. I don't know the address, but I'm challenging you to look up something. Look up 22 USC 141. For all y'all, everybody talking about that sovereign citizenship BS and everything, and they talking about the Moors or just some whatever sovereign group. This is the United States Code, 22 USC 141.
I got it right here.
Pull it up, Doc. I'm telling you, they put everything in the code.
I don't know why it says former. I didn't put up former, but it says former 22 USC 141 repealed. I didn't even put repealed. Should I put?
You just go ahead and read it though.
Define the judicial authority of the United States ministers and consuls in foreign countries such as China, Turkey, and Morocco, allowing them to adjudicate civil and criminal cases. These consular courts handle legal matters involving the United States citizens abroad. The statute was repealed on August 1st, 1956.
So that's when I want to say it was Dwight Eisenhower who removed the Moroccan consul, because they knew who we were.
Wow.
And they knew that the treaties were the supreme law of the land.
Oh.
But you see the number on there, 22
141.
141. 141. You transitioning from white supremacy to the king. Now watch this. Now you remember now, CM Bay, the land deeds to America was in Chicago, Cook County, Illinois. You remember that? Now there's very similar numbers to what I just showed you with 22 USC 141. Look up AA 222 141.
141. Okay. I'm going to bring it up right here. AA 222-141 is most commonly identified as a registration or certificate number associated with the Zodiac Constitution and Moorish American nationality documents. It is frequently cited in legal filings and foundational materials related to the Moorish Science Temple and sovereign citizen movements.
You see, wait. You see how they say a sovereign citizen movement?
Yes.
But see, like I said, now you go back to 22 USC 141, it's a whole different thing, ain't it?
Yes.
That shows you how the government been lying to us all along and trying to make us believe that we're sovereign citizens, like we're goddamn crazy out of our minds, and we're not.
Because you can't be a sovereign. You can't be sovereign and a citizen.
No, you can't be.
It's an oxymoron.
Right.
They do try to make us look crazy. Oh, they're sovereign citizens. We never said that. We said we're sovereign. This is our land, and the republic for our constitution is the law.
Correct.
Wow.
And those land deeds were recorded in Cook County, Illinois. Same place where Noble Drew Ali is buried. Same place where Emmett Till is buried. They're buried in the same cemeteries, just so y'all know. Emmett Till was born in 1941. He died at the age of 14 in Mississippi. And that was a white supremacy ritual.
Wow.
And money, Mississippi, because we belong to the gold and the silver.
Money, Mississippi. Get out of here. Family, if you're enjoying this type of information, which I know you do because you all ask me, what does Sheikh Jacob Bey say on these subjects whenever something's coming out? Please go to or email him at dejourlaw33@gmail.com. And I'm going to see if I can find that here. Let him know you appreciate him and get on his book mailing list. That's dejourlaw33@gmail.com. I'm trying to find it here. But you can also send him a donation to his Cash App at $ all rights reserved, and he will greatly appreciate it. See what other questions you have, Sheikh, before we get off here. Yeah, they're saying the government lies. Oh, man, they have been lying. Who are the sovereign beings? First Sync asks.
We're all sovereign. We were all born with a birthright, but they stole the birthright with the contract. The contract was the birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of the midwife. They got rid of the midwife. By getting rid of the midwife, you were forced to have those babies in the hospital. And then you were forced to have to sign the contract. They threatened you 5 years of prison if you did not sign the contract. That's illegal. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because any contract under duress, threat, or coercion is void.
Right.
And you contracting with the baby.
Yes. But they say the mother is the informant. So are they contracting with the mother as well?
The informant means a snitch.
No.
I'm giving you over to the government. Hey, I'm snitching on my own baby.
Dang.
Right? That's why they say put in your maiden name for the mother, maiden, because it's the Iron Maiden. You heard of the Iron Maiden?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it means.
If you look that up, Iron Maiden, show the people.
Okay.
Now that's something that they used over in Europe as a death chamber.
Good Lord. Let me look up Iron Maiden. IRON?
Yeah.
Oh, it does pop up.
You
Well,
see,
they got movies. They got movies called The Iron Maiden. I know.
it's deep.
Okay, wait a minute. So what am I looking for? Am I looking for a definition?
No,
Just
you're looking for something that looks like the shape of a tomb.
an image?
Yeah.
Okay. I see all kind of weird images. They all look weird. Okay. Let me see. Iron Maiden. Let me put image. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'll show you.
You'll see something that looks iron.
Okay. Here are the images. What is that thing in here? Let me see. Something that somebody was holding in their hand. These are the images that come up. Let me look up.
No, but
I
you
did.
know, but look. But don't most of those images represent death?
Yes.
Okay. So you know, people in the chat probably can pull it up themselves and see what it is.
Okay.
But it still means you're dead, right? Because once you go into this iron chamber, you seen a little thing that looks shaped like a human body, like a tomb, but it has spikes. It has spikes on the inside of it. That's an Iron Maiden.
Oh.
So your maiden name. So when they say your maiden name, they're killing you off.
God.
Right?
Okay.
So, all right, now you're dead. You agreed to be dead because you put in your maiden name. You're the snitch because you agreed to be the informant, right? And the baby is now a ward of the state, and he stays a ward of the state for 7 years.
Okay.
Right? Because I'll tell you why. Because that's the whole thing with the stork. You know, the whole stork taking the baby at the post office. You see that?
Yes.
The stork carries the baby off. Once the baby is born, the stork takes the baby, which is the cargo, and he takes that baby over the seas. That's why he's a stork. The stork flies over the water.
Right.
Over the sea, right? He takes the baby to the Vatican. So the Vatican can steal the soul of the baby. Now the baby is dead and lost at sea, right?
Yes.
Right. So now, see, girl, this is so deep. What they do is once you sign that birth certificate, they put in the newspaper where property is. You know, that's public notices, right?
Okay.
Public notices where property goes, marriages go, your obituaries go, and the births of a baby. Obituary is the dead. Marriage means that your children belong to the state now that you agreed to be married and let the state be the third party to your marriage, right? They gave notice. You didn't say nothing about it. You didn't challenge it, right? And then property, which is the mortgage. You dead with the mortgage, a dead pledge. Everything about death in these notices.
See. Yeah.
And then the baby, the birth of the baby. Now, nobody claimed the baby after 30 days, right? So nobody made a claim to that baby. Then everything in threes, 3 months after you born, The state then issues out a Social Security number, and it issues out the short form birth certificate that has Kia Pruitt in all capital letters.
All capital letters.
Because that long form has your mama's signature on it. The short form is the government version. And that's when you're dead on paper. And now you belong to the state. And nobody came to claim that baby. Right? Nobody claimed the baby. So now that the baby is dead and lost at sea, and the baby returns, watch this, the baby returns, but now you put the baby right back into the system by putting him in the first grade.
What?
Right. You remember what I said now? The first thing you do when you go to elementary school is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right.
That red, white, and blue flag, which is the corporate flag, and you put your hand over your heart to suppress your heartbeat to make you dead. Then they cast a spell on you, and that's when they do the spelling.
Then you can start your day after you done suppressed your heart and pledge allegiance.
Now you're dead. Now we can start your day. Ain't that some shit?
It is some ish. My grandchildren tell me all the time, I can't. They would tell me I can't stand school. It feels like that. My grandson would say they feel like they're sucking my energy. He would get sick all the time. He said, "It's the energy, Granny. I'm telling you, it's sucking my energy. I don't like being around all those people, all those energies. The teachers are mean." He would tell me, and my granddaughter would be, the feeling in the building felt like it was siphoning their energy. I was like, I'm gonna listen to these babies and take them out of school because I never liked school.
Right. Well, see, think about it. You're dead and lost at sea. Why the hell they call it school? As in a school of fish.
Tell us. School of fish.
A school of fish, dead and lost at sea. Fish belong to the sea.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
That's why they take you on a yellow bus, because the reversal of the word bus is sub, as in submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying to you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking, Elizabeth, I was reading what she says. She says, after you pledge allegiance, you become mummified.
Right.
And yes, somebody did tell us that school means hell, Sheol. That might have been you. You or Chief Rod Hayes. Sheol. Hell, literally. Oh, man.
Right. And see, and people don't realize when you graduate, that whole cap and gown is another ritual.
Okay.
Because it's a square cap. The square.
Yes.
What does the square mean? The square means the matrix. And it means how many levels of indoctrination did you just complete?
I completed a lot of levels of indoctrination.
Yeah, it got you good, didn't it? No, I'm just playing. But you know what? We didn't know.
We didn't. And what I did was, when I went to school, I said, I'm going to take the information that I receive and I'm going to use it for good. So, like, thankfully, I still was programmed. Absolutely. I'm saying thankfully, like the things I learned with public speaking, how to write, how to conjugate words, how to have a presence, how to argue, because I took persuasive speech, how to research, those things I'm able to use. However, I was indoctrinated along the way. Absolutely. Look at all the things I learned about Black folks being so-called, first of all, calling ourselves Black, that was acceptable. slavery was allegedly a part of our history, even though my parents never talked about slavery. My grandmother never talked about Africa, ever.
Well, see, the thing is, most grandparents always say, well, kid, baby, you know you got a little Indian in your blood.
Always.
And they meant that. They meant that. They always say, you know you got some Cherokee in you.
Yeah.
You know you got some Choctaw in you. You know you got some Creek in you. You know you got some Chickasaw in you. You know you got some Seminole in you. You know you got some indigenous heritage in you. They don't ever say something about Africa.
Ever.
Right?
Ever.
But 23andMe is going to talk about you from all over everywhere else, but you ain't from here.
Yes. They'll even put you in European blood.
So why? Because if you knew that you were bound to this land, that means you can make a claim to the land that you're on, right? So they have to make sure you always thinking, I'm from somewhere else. And, you know, oh, Lord, mercy me. The white man been so good to me that he didn't ship me back to Africa, right? I know I've been misbehaving. I know I've been to jail a few times, right? But and I know they can ship me, but I'm just so grateful that he hadn't shipped me away. Why? Why? Because he can't. Because you bound to the land that's here. He knows you can't. He can't send you nowhere.
Wow.
Because they would be committing a war crime, an international war crime, if they did.
An international war crime.
You can't move. You can't uproot indigenous people from their own land. You can't do it. Now you can do all this other shit, excuse my language, like tricking them out of their land by, you know, making them confused and all that stuff. They did that. They did a damn good job of that. And still, many of our people think that we really did come from over there.
We do.
They're crazy. You go over there now, they be like, what the hell you doing over here? You belong over there.
They do. Because when I went to Africa, when I went to Ghana, they were like, well, where are you from? I was like, well, I live in America, but, you know, I'm not sure which African tribe I'm from because, you know, they stole my people from here. Them Ghanaians was like, and I'm talking to chiefs and people, you know, family, bloodline family. It's like, y'all didn't come from over here. That's a lie. I was like, what? They said, you were not the same people. They said, now our children learned that in their schools, but don't you think you would know? Somebody would have told you which tribe? Your family would have told you? You mean they forgot which tribe? I was like, wow.
Yeah. But see, I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of stuff is in the archives.
Okay.
And you can find out a lot of things. Now, some of the stuff they did do where you might not be able to find some of that stuff because that was the stuff that was put in your family Bible.
Right.
And then they took those Bibles away. You know, so they could build up their warehouses and neighborhoods and everything else, right? And their golf courses and all that. Oh, it's been very diabolical, but that has to stop.
Yes.
All that has to stop.
Yes.
The truth now has to be unveiled. We're gonna find out, like it says, the dead shall rise first. You know, the dead in consciousness, the dead in Christ, the Christ consciousness.
Christ consciousness.
Those are the ones that are gonna rise first. We already been risen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they gotta rise.
I hear you.
That's what the resurrection is really about.
Have you seen this Lego video that came out? I think it's several of them that came out from the Iranian government. Allegedly, it's from Iran, saying that the Black people here are the original indigenous people.
I've seen something similar to that, yes.
Yeah.
On TikTok?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But you know what? They all confessing now. On TikTok. Oh, they snitching. Because see, what it is that they too have to confess and repent for their sins and ask God's
Oh,
chosen people for forgiveness.
oh, I see.
And that's what's happening.
Okay.
And
Mm.
you can't, you can't fault them. Like I said, they did an amazing job as the gatekeepers, right?
Yes.
They did a wonderful job of afflicting you that lasted for 407 years. That's over.
What'd you say to me just yesterday? You said it to the soul tribe too. You said, give them
A
a
standing
standing.
ovation. Right. Best job ever seen. Y'all did y'all's role. But now, guess what? It's our turn.
Hmm.
And our turn is to make the world a better place. And
Yes.
our and to become who we were really designed to be. Right? We weren't
Yeah.
designed to be in that lower self. We
No.
were we were supposed to be fifth dimension and beyond.
I'm going to ask this final question because we're coming upon the 2 hour mark. Sheik, this is Quadrilane asks, I ask those that think we're from there why they're not looking for you. I think she mean Africa. Why weren't they looking for us? Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. I'm really grateful for you.
Because
Thank you.
because everybody else knows what the truth is. They know even in Africa that was a lie.
They do.
Now, did some of us brought from Africa? Some of us were, but we were brought to another part of the Americas.
Hmm.
We weren't. It wasn't like what you think. You get what I'm saying to you?
You said they were
Okay.
brought.
Okay. Let me say it different.
Okay.
There's no way in hell that you can cross over from Europe. I mean, not Europe, but Africa straight over to the
Mhm.
Americas across that Atlantic Ocean. The
Mm.
only way you can really travel is along the contours of the land. That's why cruise ships to this day, they don't go straight over the water. They go in line with the land. They don't go
Mm.
in the middle of the sea.
Okay. Okay. Mm. Chicago South Shore says that the country of Liberia was created to deport our people to there. I heard that African Americans colonized Liberia. I was like, how is that?
I don't know. That
I
if
think
I
they
don't know,
did.
I'm
They
gonna say I
sent
don't
us.
know.
They sent some of us to America. Some of them are still there, and they say that the ones that are there, that the African Americans that are there, think they're better than the original Liberians. Now, I don't know about that. It's just stories that I've heard. I heard that the United States government did send some African Americans there, but I don't know what the purpose was.
You know, a lot of us have been, unfortunately, we have this thing within our own that
Mm.
classism still exists.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yes. Yes.
And it's unfortunate because if
Sorry.
you understood the history of the people, you wouldn't allow classism to exist.
Mm.
You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I admire most about Hispanic people is they understand that they all have been judged or prejudged a certain kind of way.
Okay.
And they're probably the tightest families amongst all families there are.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Their families are tight. Now I'm talking about from the grandparents down to the mother, father, down to the children, and down to the even cousins and all that stuff. They are tight,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
But they
Yes.
understand that they all experience the same thing.
Right.
And we don't need to be treating each other that way. Now, now you do have some people over there in Mexico that are part of the cartel. Now that's a whole nother thing where they just shooting up people. But I'm talking about families who truly love each other and understand their history. They don't have that whole classism thing.
No. Somebody asked us this video about uploading it to YouTube. It's streaming live. Brother Errol, I see you're on Facebook. It's streaming live right now on YouTube. And yes, it's recording. Well, it's streaming live, and we're gonna make sure we save the recording.
Yeah.
And I put the link into the comments section so you can see that where we're streaming on YouTube.
You have my link to my page.
Let me get there. Your YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody want to join, come along, and then I'm going to start posting notices and everything about the book and everything there, and keep everybody informed. But it's just Jacob Bay 1465.
I'll put it right there, Jacob. Okay. Jacob Bay 14. Oh, did you? Oh, you haven't put up any videos yet? I thought that's my video.
I'm going to. I just hadn't done it yet.
Okay. Let me see. Jacob Bay, what? Because it didn't come up
65.
65. Okay, I see it now. Jacob Bay. I'm going to show you, family, and I'll put the link in the chat for you. If you'd like to send Sheikh Jacob Bay a donation, you can send him a Cash App at $ all rights reserved. And to get on his mailing list for the book, please send an email to dejurelaw33@gmail.com. That's DEJURE33@gmail.com.
That's DEJURELAW33.
LA, Lord have mercy. Thank you. Let me just go on and put it up.
gmail.com. It's all good.
Thank you. Hold on, let me put it up. Trying to do too many things at once. I'll pull it up on the screen. Can somebody write it in the chat? I'll write it as soon as I get to it on the screen. Where is it? Here is his Cash App. $ all rights reserved. And let me see if I could put Jure Law 33 right here. There we go. Can you see that on the screen sheet?
I can.
Okay, good. So remember, family, we're talking about the world's most powerful reset. Some people have asked, is Nasara Jassara real? The National Economic Security and Reformation Act, the global version of that, the Global Economic Security and Reformation Act. And I venture to say yes. And here's the thing. The things that are written in that law, are actually happening right now. I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to put this in the chat. You can look at my video on Nasara. It says Nasara 101, Wealth and Prosperity for Everyone on the Planet. So I'm gonna put that in the description section and in the chat. It talks about the benefits being zeroing out all credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt. And this is what Sheikh Jacob Bay said. Due to illegal banking and government activities. Well, remember, a lot of the banks have been closed, and the ones that remain will be wealth management centers. The government is closed now, or almost closed. That's why we're in a partial government shutdown. It's going to be completely gone. It's insolvent. Abolish income tax. President Trump said he was getting rid of the IRS and then creating the ERS, the External Revenue Services. Increase benefits to senior citizens, but you won't have Social Security. You'll have other benefits because we're all going to have access to our trust. We're all going to get a certain amount per month. And this is what Sheikh was saying. You have to be in your own nation. It's the National Economic Security and Reformation Act. For the people from certain nations, you have to go back home to get those benefits. The global version is called the Global Economic Security and Reformation Act. It's going to return to constitutional law. It talks about new elections, monitoring elections. I don't even know under the Republic if you have elections or not. So I don't know what that's going to really look like. Eliminate the Federal Reserve System, which is why Representative Thomas Massey from Kentucky introduced the End the Fed Act. That's also why in 2024, the Supreme Court of the United States overturned the Chevron doctrine, eliminating the powers of the government. And the next month, in July 2024, they said state-sponsored banks can disband from or separate from the Federal Reserve central banking system and issue out their own gold-backed currencies. That was a way of destroying the Federal Reserve, which is also insolvent. Restore financial privacy, which is why now we're going to have a ledger-based system based on what they're calling a quantum financial system. Don't get scammed into these people saying, oh, open up your quantum financial account by going here or sending me the email there or sending this money. You don't have to send an email to anybody. You don't have to subscribe to anybody's channel to be a part of the quantum financial system. The new financial system is already in place. It's ledger-based. They cannot steal your money. They cannot bail out themselves. The banks can no longer bail out themselves. They can't do bail-ins. They have to be transparent. That's what Basel III and Basel IV compliancy was of the banks. You're going to retrain all judges and attorneys in constitutional law. And what's going to happen is the attorneys who attorney for you now and speak on your behalf because they say you're a minor or dead at sea, now will have to be retrained in constitutional law if they want to remain, if they haven't been arrested already, so they can become lawyers. There's a difference between an attorney who attorneys for you and a lawyer. Remember, 80,000 people from the Department of Justice walked out earlier this year. Why they walk out? Because their time is up. A lot of them being arrested. They were caught in being complicit in crimes against humanity, being a part of the Epstein files, because in order to make certain jobs, you have to do certain things. They're part of secret societies. They work for the British Accredited Registry. That's why they had to pass the bar exam. A lot of them are walking out because their time is up. Pope Francis said in Motu Proprio, everybody got to stand down. The court system and the people in the court system, presidents, police officers who are policy enforcers, it's happening. Cease all aggressive United States military action worldwide. That's part of Operation Sandman. Establish peace throughout the world. President Trump created the Board of Peace to replace the United Nations. He also removed us from 66 international organizations earlier this year. Why did he do that? He said in order to reestablish our sovereignty, which means he's restoring our republic and dismantling the United States Incorporated. Initiate first phase of worldwide prosperity through vast wealth, which has been accumulating for many decades. People think there's all these trusts, ancient dynasty trusts, secret dragon society trusts, Rodriguez Trust, King Solomon Trust, Saint Germain Trust. Yeah, but we have some trusts here too. And we have the new sovereign wealth fund that's going to release the money. It is going to release, that's number 16, enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes. Remember, when Trump came back in 2025, the first thing he did was create a sovereign wealth fund comprised of stocks, real estate, bonds, precious metals, money from tariffs, all these resources. He said, why? He said to create humanitarian projects for the people, to invest in the people, to invest in other assets, and to build up our infrastructure. It's happening. Enables the release of new technology such as free energy devices, pollution cleanup, sonic healing machines. We always talking about the med beds, reduce the work week hours to 20 hours per week. They're already talking about that. And finally, give everyone 21 and over a significant amount of money every month for, some people say, up to 11 years in a non-interest bearing account. It's happening. That is the Great Reset. That is the world's most powerful reset. Nasara and Jasara and all these activities we have playing out right in our reality now. And I yield to Sheikh Jacob Bey for his final words and conclusion.
Well, let me go into something real quick, if you don't mind.
Take your time.
Y'all remember Colin Kaepernick?
Yes.
Kaepernick, the football player that took the knee in the NFL?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It happened on September 1st, 2016. All right.
Okay.
This will be the 10th year. You remember I said 10 means God's promise and God's word, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we're taking a knee to the United States corporate flag,
Okay.
meaning that we don't recognize it no more.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's what's happening this year. And you
Mm.
remember I said 7 means completion.
You
Well,
sure
his
did.
jersey number was number 7. Okay.
Mm.
Now he played for the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers. What
Okay.
does that really mean? 49.
49.
49 means sabbatical years because it's 49 years in every sabbatical year. So when you have
Okay.
seven times 7 sabbatical years, that's 49 as in the San Francisco 49ers. Then you know that we're
Mm.
going into our jubilee. We're going into our restoration of our land. And this is the year. And that's why he took
Mm.
that. And 49ers also means that's where the wealth is. You remember they said the gold rush happened out in California.
Yes.
49
Yes.
the 49ers were the prospectors. The prospectors are the
Mm.
ones that go searching for the gold.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the year of our wealth.
Wow. Wow. You broke that down.
Okay.
Wow. You're welcome.
That's what this is.
Mm. Mm.
So that those would be my closing words for people who are questioning the RV.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. This is happening.
Mm.
As your boy Chief Max said, and you have said several times, gold and silver, copper, load up, just get ready. And think, people, think beyond how you used to do things. Think now in more of a private sense and not in the way you've been trained to do things. So in a private sense, if you become a billionaire, think about buying tangible assets. Tangible assets is real estate property, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm.
even when you get that real estate, learn how to build your own private bunker
Mm.
under your home or wherever it is going to be. It doesn't have to be at your place, but make it a secure place, right?
Okay.
And that's going to be your bank.
Ah. Okay.
That's where you're going to hold your gold and where you're going to hold your silver. So you don't have to worry about, you see what I'm saying now,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
That's going to be your bank. It's going to have its own vault.
Mm.
It's not going to be accessible to the public, and the public doesn't have to know that you even have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can build your fortress where you have security fence or whatever you have just to be able to get on your property. That's fine. Do what you got to do to have your 40 acres and your mule. 40 plus 1, the mule. That's 41. Have it.
41. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you desire to buy silver and gold, I always encourage people. I don't want to cover your face with this, so let me hurry up with this. You can go to our affiliate, Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, by contacting them at 952-929-7006. 952-929-7006, or send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Mention that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you so you can get the best prices in the industry. Now, I will tell you that you get the best prices when you order online because they have relationships with other dealers and wholesalers. If you don't want to wait to receive your silver and gold or your precious metals, you can go to your local coin company. Google coin shop near me, numismatics near me. It's a good idea to establish relationships with local merchants anyway. Now, their prices might cost a little more. Everybody has a spot price or a market price on silver and gold, which is the same, but then you have a premium on top of that. Your local merchants might have a higher premium because they may not have the same relationship with wholesalers, okay? or they may have to go through a third party to get the silver and gold. So it will likely cost more, but you get it in your possession right away. Miles Franklin, on the other hand, if you tell him Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you, you get the best prices in the industry, and it will come right to your door, or you can have it to go to a not a post office. It can go through the post office. It'll be secure. It'll be what you call insured, and you can sign for it if you don't want it to come right to your door. So Sheikh Bey saying get hard, tangible assets, precious metals, silver, gold, and copper. A lot of people sleep on copper, Sheikh Bey, but it's only what, $6 an ounce at the most, I think.
Yeah, but it's going to be as lucrative as anything else. And that's real, because the copper is the credit.
Yes.
The copper is the credit. And like I said in your last show, you were only taught to save the penny.
You did
the copper penny. You were never told to save the nickel, dime, or quarter. You were taught to save the penny. The penny is the credit. You remember I said, take a nickel, dime, and quarter, add it up, it's 40 cents. But when you add that copper penny, it's what?
41.
So you better learn who's on that penny. Abraham, as in the descendants of Abraham are the heirs to the world. So you got to learn what this is really about. And it's facing the right. As in Isaiah 41:10, we're on the right-hand side of God. You better learn it.
We're going to learn today.
Yep.
Family, I know you've enjoyed this podcast. I have too. And I'm reading the comments. They're like, yes, sir. Sounds good to me. Somebody said a couple of people said this is their channel to receive information. They appreciate the two of us giving the information. That means a lot.
It does.
That means a lot to us, family. For those of you who desire to send Sheikh Jacob Bey a gift, a monetary gift, a donation. We used to call it love offering when I was in church. Feel free to send them a cash app to $ all rights reserved. $ ALLRIGHTS to send them an email. And our moderator in the chat says, Sheikh, she's waiting to hear back from you. That's Sister Janine or Sister Miyoshi. She said she sent you an email.
Oh, did she? I'll hit her up.
I don't know if it's her government name or another name.
I'll hit her up.
Okay, he's going to hit you up. DeJurelaw33@gmail.com. DEJURELAW33@gmail.com is his email. Well, I'm looking forward to this being the world's most powerful reset.
It's going to be. And I forgot what tomorrow really meant, but tomorrow's real significant.
It's the 13th.
It's the 13th. It's a good luck number for us.
Yes, it is. They say, when I was studying the number 13, they said it's in the ancient societies, particularly I know in ancient African societies and indigenous societies, they would say that he who understands the number 13 receive peace, power, and prosperity. You're welcome. They're saying thank you, family. Tomorrow's an important day. You know, if Sheikh finds something out, he's going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Sister Linda says, send in your love offering. Oh, she says, send in your love offerings, family. Yes, everybody, please, because the Sheikh comes often now. He's coming like sometimes more than once a week. If you enjoy him, please send him a cash app gift, a blessing, just to let him know we appreciate him. We're grateful for him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that Sister Kia? Is it Kia? Oh, it's Keo. English says, this has been enlightening. Thank you both. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Tomorrow is Tim's solar return day. You're welcome, family. Okay, Doc, why 11 years since we were stolen from? Much longer than that. You say 11 years since we were stolen from? Okay. Is something special going to happen tomorrow? We're saying we'll see because tomorrow is number 13. Family, the diary says, let's make sure Sheik Jacob Bey get at least $200 each time he comes on. So we're going to ask everybody to give what you can. Give what you can. You can give $5, $10, 20, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100 or more. Whatever your heart.
And y'all, let me tell y'all this. Most of what I said tonight is already in the books. Okay, so I tell this story and I go into it more in depth about it. So it's great material. So you don't have to always try to retain all the information when I spit it out. It's gonna be in the book, so you can always look at it and read it until you get it in your DNA.
Thank you, Sheik. There's somebody said you looking debonair on your channel, Sheik.
Thank you.
Okay, Balancing Gary T. What was your question? Your question didn't get answered. You got 60 seconds to put in the chat because we need to go eat. Your heart has to be light as a feather. What was your question, my darling? Yep, your heart has to be light as a feather on that scale of Mayat. That's right. If you want to ascend. All right, the Sheik's getting hungry. Look like he is. You getting hungry, Sheik?
No, I'm just, when I turn my head, y'all, I'm looking at my other computer.
Okay.
And I'm kind of looking at some of the comments on the other computer.
Oh, okay. Anything you want to respond to?
I appreciate everybody, and I've said my little closing comments.
You sure have.
When I talked about Colin Kaepernick taking the knee.
How do you see the full live? Darling, this is Arika's just coming in. It is on the Dr. Kia Pruitt show on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and put the link to this very live right now in the comment section. Hold on. Where am I? Oh, did you hear about the North Miami mayor who got arrested?
Yeah.
He's an illegal alien. He's from Haiti, came to America with a fake name, fake ID.
But they did that to show you what's to come. You remember now, it doesn't matter about whatever processes that you went through here. And you remember I said every time you see an H, it means reversal, as in Haiti, right?
Yes.
So they're showing you that it doesn't matter no matter how far you think you climbed on the social ladder, we're going to make you go back to where you came from because you're still illegal. You're not the true American. That's all this is.
He got arrested and deported. Y'all hear that? He's from the Caribbean. Well, isn't Haiti part of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
He came here illegally, lied, married 5 different women, got a whole different name, became a mayor. How do you do that? Now he got it. Now he's deported. He gone bye-bye.
Yeah.
So
that's that. It doesn't matter. So they can do that to somebody who was a mayor. Imagine what they can do to anybody else.
Wow.
And this is really going to happen. Now, remember now, the reason why they're talking about the draft all of a sudden. The draft is important.
Okay.
Because it's going to be all these people being drafted to take out the people who are in these homes.
Wow.
The draft ain't about what's about to happen overseas. The draft is about what's happening here. Because they got to take out all the illegals. You know what I'm saying? All those who are not the real Americans. And they're going to have to get them out of their homes and take them either to concentration camps. Concentration camps are going to become your Walmarts and your Targets. Right? Because remember now, watch this. Why those places? Walmart in reverse is martial law.
Wow, sure is.
Right? It's martial law.
Yes. Yes.
And target means you got a target on your back. This is for real.
It's for
And
real.
you wait, watch this now. I'm gonna show you something. And the logo for Target is a dog, spotted dog. DOG. DOG equal
Joey's.
DOG equal 26. D is 4, O is 15, that's 19, and G is 7, that's 26. Dog is the reversal of God. Okay. Now they're coming after mankind. You remember I told you mankind means Genesis 1:26. God said, let us make mankind in our image. Okay. So the dog, girl, I'm telling you, they said dog is a man's best friend. So I'm telling you, they're coming after mankind. Okay.
Kind of man.
Kind of man. Right?
Yes.
So they're letting you know with the dog thing. Now, they're going to be using the Targets and the Walmarts as concentration camps. And they're going to be basically, they're going to gut them out, basically. And they're going to have some areas where, that's why both of them have grocery departments now. Okay. So they can ration food. Okay. But the rest of it's going to be to, run people through a system, to process them, to get them out of this country. You get what I'm saying? So they're going to take them from their homes, put them in these concentration camps, and then process them out. They're going to give them an opportunity, though, to do things the right way. Okay. The right way is the $5 million gold card. This thing ain't about us at all. It is. That means to give you back your land. But it ain't. It ain't, because this ain't our war.
It's not. It's not our fight.
It's not our fight.
I saw, and you speaking of people being here, I saw this interview with Akon's son. He had an interview on Vlad TV, but this particular sister brought it up on her show called Dana with the Data Clips. In other words, she came with the receipts about immigration. He said that his father, Akon, the musician, had 5 wives from Senegal. Every time the wife was pregnant and about to deliver, she came and dropped the baby on American soil so that the baby could be an American United States citizen. Yeah. His father had 5 wives and 19 children. All 19 children, for the most part, live in the United States. He said they would fly back and forth to Senegal, but they made sure that they were born here. The wives got the benefits here, the medical benefits, all that. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's just, he said, but the difference between us and y'all is that America, they don't have a family structure. They don't have a family system. We do. And the interviewer on Vlad TV was like, well, it takes a lot of money to have 5 wives and to keep the family together. Everybody's got to work. And he was like, well, yeah, we don't do that in Africa. But the sister brought up, she was like, you're talking about and judging the way we do things here in America, but your father's 5 wives came and dropped 19 children on American soil, all got Medicaid, all got money and benefits and housing and all that, and the children got educated here. How much did that cost the American people? And then you want to judge how we do things. Go ahead.
That's what they're putting a stop to with the 14th Amendment. Okay. That's what they're putting a stop to. You can't just come over here and have a baby and say you're an American or a U.S. citizen. That stuff is over. Okay.
Yes.
So that's why they're coming after these people. And remember now, you got to pay for the sins of your fathers and your forefathers. So it goes all the way back to 1866, 1868, wherever they did that stuff, right?
Okay.
It goes back that far.
I see.
After the Lincoln assassination, because you are not the descendants of Abraham. I love this.
I do too.
I love it because, sometimes the Most High just speaks through me.
And he's speaking right now.
He just gives me the truth, but the truth can be corroborated by facts.
Facts. Family, if you want to see this show on YouTube, some of you are coming checking in from YouTube, but some of you are on Rumble, some others are on Twitter, some of you on either both one of my two Facebook channels. So I'm not sure exactly where you're listening to this podcast from. You can go here to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. I'll put the link right here in the chat. Dr. Kia Pruitt, YouTube, right here, and hit on any of the buttons there, and you'll see where's the join button. The join button should be, if you want to join a private group, it's on here somewhere. You hit the join button, but that's not as important as if you want to look at any of the videos that we've done. We've covered Sheikh Jacob Bey, and I have covered many. You can just look on this little here, a magnifying glass, click on that and put Jacob Bey, and you'll see all the videos that he and I did. But he's going to upload, I don't know if all of them, but at least some of them on his page as well. He's gonna okay. Here's the one we're doing right now, the world's most powerful reset. That's streaming live, but we'll save it right there on the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. What were you going to say are you going to say anything about your channel?
No, I'm just going to post updates and stuff like that. And then, you know, I want to start putting like little snippets and everything of some of our conversations on there too. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, I go into what I go into, and that stuff gets pretty good. I'll be like, damn, I said that?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I do. Like just now, you were just speaking. It's like, oh man, I think the ancestors completely took over.
I love my ancestors.
Like, people gonna have to go, and some people think that's not fair, but you know, it is what it is. And Trump's not. Go ahead.
Before I even come on your show, I pray to the Most High to give me wisdom, and I pray to the Most High to guide me, because you know, sometimes I don't even know what to expect when I'm on your show. But I said one thing that I know that the people deserve out of me is the truth.
True. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Whatever that truth is, I'm going to give you the truth. And the truth is going to be so real that at least you can, like I said, research this stuff yourself. And you say, okay, he at least backing it up with something. Whether it's the Bible, whether it's your textbooks, whether it's whatever it is, right? But I'm going to back it up with something that you can see and witness yourself.
And you do that very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, family, we're going to make sure Sheikh Jacob Bey reaches the goal that somebody in the chat set for him. They said at least 200. By sending him a Cash App, a gift to $ all rights reserved. Is there another way do you have a PayPal?
No, I got off of PayPal recently because I didn't want to start these contracts with these. I'm trying to really get out of the corporate sector. And every time you know, if you can minimize these contracts, I think that's a good thing. But if you get all these contracts in this government, in this matrix, it's going to be a harder time to get out of that matrix.
Right.
And I don't want to keep on participating in matrix stuff. Not when I know I'm the American. And I know that the future is going to be American stuff. See, like, watch this. And see, that's God. Y'all witnessing God speaking to me right now. So like, the reason why they got rid of Pam Bondi as the Attorney General, right? And they put the other guy in place. It's because she can no longer prosecute American people, because everything going back to the American people. She cannot prosecute Americans. She can only prosecute U.S. citizens, right?
Citizens, yes.
But if the U.S. citizen thing is now in question, right? You can't touch the Americans. So therefore, her oath of office was to deal with U.S. citizenship. It wasn't to deal with Americans, right? So they had the other guy take an oath to protect the American people.
Todd Blanche.
There you go.
He's the new Attorney General.
And he had to take an oath to protect the American people. See, it's about the oath. It ain't about that other stuff.
And what about Christy Neem? You mentioned her before.
Christy Noam.
No, yes.
They got rid of her because it's not her homeland, as in the Department of Homeland Security, right? It's not her homeland. And just so y'all know, home equals 41, H is 8, O is 15, so that's 23, M is 13, 23 and 13 is what? 36, E is 5. 36 and 5 is 41. No place like home, no place like home, no place like home, right? Now, it's not her homeland, right? So it belongs to the Cherokee, the Creek, the Seminole, the Chickasaw, and you know what I'm saying? So the 5 tribes.
Right.
So the brother that took over, you know, what's his name? Something Wayne, whatever.
Mark Wayne or something like that.
Mark Wayne. That's it. Mark Wayne Mullen.
Yes.
He's part of the Cherokee Nation. So it's the Cherokee's homeland. See, they changing this stuff right in your face. He changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, right? And he signed the USMCA. That was the United States, Mexico, Canada agreement, right? Trade
that was
agreement.
under his first administration. He sure did.
Yes, right? And he unified everything in 3. So he unified North, Central, South America.
Yes.
And made it one. Because the trade now goes to the American people. It don't belong to the United States. It don't belong to Canada. It don't belong to Mexico. It belongs to America.
So Mexico, Canada, and North
USMCA. USMCA. US is the United States. M is Mexico. CA is Canada.
Come on. You preaching, you cooking. The Soul family wants to make sure you're getting their cash apps. Love Hugs says, how do I know if Jacob sees my cash app that I sent him today? Do you have?
I replied to her and thank you. I already replied to her and I said I'll send a heart or a thumbs up. If it's a woman that hit me up, it's gonna be a heart. If it's a brother, it's a thumbs up.
Oh, here's this is Mel. Says hello, Dr. Kia. Mel here. So some of you have been asking me about XRP. I am not an expert in that area. Mel Carmine is an expert in that area. He's a very popular podcaster. I had the esteemed pleasure of meeting him and his beautiful wife. My son and I went and spent time with them. Mel Carmine, he knows about XRP, and digital assets. I don't. Dr. Kia Pruitt doesn't. I'm a little leery of him. Honestly,
let me show you something. And you know, if we got a quick second.
Okay.
Pull up Universal Epic, EPIC.
Okay.
Hotel.
Okay, wait a minute. Universal. Mel, thank you for being here.
And go to images.
Wait a minute. Pull up what now?
Universal Epic, EPIC.
Universe
Hotel.
Oh, Universal Epic Hotel.
And see if you come to images.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I went to tickets. Hold on. Images. Huh.
Do you see something?
I do.
Do you see something that has a very unique shape?
I see.
Right here.
Which one?
On the far right. Go back down. There you go. Pull that one
here?
up. Yep. Go enlarge that one if you don't mind.
Okay, let me see.
I'll show people what's really going on.
Oh.
Can you enlarge it any more than that?
Okay, let me see. Okay, you can't see what I see. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Right here. Here we go. Wait. That right there.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Now, doesn't that look like XRP? The logo
Wait,
for XRP. You see them
what?
hotels?
Yeah,
You
this
see that?
here?
You see the other side? And if you brought them right next to each other, they're the X,
Oh, wow. Yeah, they would be. His and wow.
right?
Yes.
And aren't they the color of the rainbow?
Yes.
God's covenant and God's promise.
That's deep.
That's down in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
They letting
Wow.
you know everything going to XRP and XLM. And X is Egypt, y'all.
Mm.
See,
You see
the
that
whole
mail? I
thing,
see you in
wait. The whole thing with Universal Epic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Universal Epic is the third installment of the Universal Studios brand. You
Mm.
got Universal Studios, Universal Islands of Adventure. Now you have Universal Epic, right?
Yes.
And Epic is dealing with the world of the dead. That's why they got you going in through this portal, right? And when you
Mm.
go through the portal, you're going into the world of the dead. And the dead is dealing with all their brands like Dracula, the werewolf, Frankenstein's monster, the mummy, the
Mm.
Phantom of the Opera, and
Mm.
even the spells of Harry Potter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got a whole section called Dark Moor.
Mm.
Dark Moor, the Moor that's dead.
Wow.
And it's spelled DARKMOOR. They know what they're doing.
Mm. Speaking of expats, Sister Elizabeth says XRP will be part of the economic reset.
That's a huge part of the reset.
Mm. I'm going to have to bring Mel Carmine on the show to talk about XRP because I really don't. I see people talking about it in the chat. I really don't know. He's been talking to me for years about getting. I only got a little bit of it because I'd be concerned that they might come in and steal it from my wallet. But it's a huge.
Look.
Go ahead.
The only problem with this whole digital currency thing
Mm-hmm.
is the same people, just like when they created Microsoft and all this other stuff, and you know how you bought their package or whatever or their software.
Yes.
Well, the same people who created the software also created the virus.
Create the what? The virus. Oh, okay.
So you can buy the Norton stuff in the spamware and all that other stuff, right?
Right.
Spamware, whatever. They're the same people, so you can buy their products, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you buying this stuff with these wallets, they know who the hackers are.
Okay. Okay.
And they'll hack, and then you gotta, try to figure out where your money went to. Now, the only thing that's positive about it is that they have some kind of blockchain, right?
Mm-hmm.
The blockchain. The blockchain is supposed to trace down every transaction where you spent that XRP or whatever you got, right?
Right.
Now, the only safe way to do it is by having maybe 2 or 3 different phones
Mm-hmm.
and having 2 or 3 different wallets.
Mm.
Because let's say you're a millionaire in digital currency and you decide you want to take your family to Dubai. All right, so you going all the way over to Dubai. You went first class. You having the time of your life, right? Staying in the nicest hotel. While you're over there, somebody just hacked you. And that was your only wallet. How the hell you going to get back home? You laughing.
I mean, because look, that's what scared me. Somebody says it's the XRP is the blockchain. Hey, Mel, if you're still in the chat, can you send me an email? I know you still got my email, kiapruitt@gmail.com, and maybe you can come on and on a day and talk to us about XRP. Because didn't Trump say he's gonna make this the digital capital of the world?
He did.
Okay.
And I told you everything is going back to Tennessee.
Okay.
You know, 10 is God's promise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything in threes. Tennessee.
Okay. Huh.
I don't know.
This is something somebody has said. I think it might have been mailed before. XRP, XLM. One of them is goldback, and one of them is silverback.
Not sure.
I am who I am said no digital for me. I'll stick with the physical. And somebody else said you can use a cold wallet versus a hot wallet. Okay.
You're gonna have to think differently.
Okay, we got to think
And whatever security that comes with it, you need to get it.
Okay.
Because these people ain't playing around. They will steal from you so quick. And you're not going to get the help. I've been hacked already. And my stuff was up in the billions. Billions. And I damn near shitted bricks. But guess what? I said, you know what? It wasn't mine at the time. Okay. And I'm not going to be tripping on something that wasn't actually mine at the time. You know, it was nice theoretically, but if God is in charge or the Most High is in charge anyway, right? Then, and he promised us great wealth and abundance, whatever. And the great wealth and abundance is something bigger than the actual money. It's restoring you to your land, the resources in the land and on top of the land, and your peace. And give me that all day.
I remember when you told me you got hacked. That was so sickening. Like, cause how do you track those people down?
You don't, because the thing is, if somebody hacked you from overseas, right?
Yes.
Just imagine someone hacked you from overseas. Then now your local police office department is going to communicate with that country. And then they're going to let their country know that somebody in your country hacked somebody over in this country. But if they don't enforce it over in that country, because it's a different jurisdiction now.
Dang. Wow.
Now you're talking jurisdiction. Okay. And they may not give a damn about what happens over there. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So, does it matter? No, it ain't gonna matter.
Sheik, somebody said, you know how you showed us the X and it was a rainbow colored. Goddess wants to know, is rainbow currency going to be used simultaneously with XRP, the digital assets, gold and silver?
Rainbow currency means it means something different. Okay.
Excuse me.
When you're dead, you don't have color. Think about it.
Okay.
When you're dead, you lose color.
Come on.
Right? You know, you just turn into whatever you turn into. Now, and I'm not saying that, you know, I'm just saying that you lose whatever. Color, as in rainbow, it means life. So now they're putting color on the actual currency. So if you look at some of your, you can look at some of your silver dollars. They're putting color into the silver dollars now. Have you seen that yet?
I have not noticed that.
They've been putting color, and I'm not talking about gold or silver color. I'm talking about blues, reds, and purples, and all this other stuff.
Whoa, okay.
Into the actual currency. So that's what they mean by rainbow currency. They're putting color into the currency.
You know, when you buy currency from other countries, they're colorful. It's the USD that's bland with just the green.
Right. They're putting color. They're putting life back into it. They're doing the same thing with your buildings. Notice that the new architecture for all the buildings are now they're incorporating plant life on the outside of the buildings and all in
Yes.
the exterior of the buildings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everything has to go back to nature.
Ah.
It's not going to be a concrete world no more. It has to have life, even in the structures.
Mm. This thing is real.
Yes, Israel.
Israel. They're bringing a color back. I know that places like in the West where that people tell me all the time it's a desert. They think it's a natural desert. It is not. I lived in California, and when I was there, I researched how there are billionaires that's been holding back and the water. So they built dams in order to keep the water from flowing through California, Arizona, Nevada. And now California is getting this water all the way from what, Arizona, I think. They're all sharing the same water source. When there is water there, they're holding it back, but they're going to have to release that water. And we're going to see different things spring up from it. We're going to see springs and lakes just spring up out of nowhere.
Dr. Kidd, when they had the California fires last year that destroyed a whole huge, rich community. You remember that?
Paradise Valley.
Paradise Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And there was the Dasani water company, Dasani, right?
Dasani, okay.
And they were based out of Northern California.
Ah.
They did not release any of that water to help them people.
What?
Because the planes were looking for water. And they did not release any of their water.
Oh my God. Tony knows. He said he's from Sacramento. That's where I live, Tony. I lived in Sacramento, but my brother lived in Fairfield. That's the Bay Area, and he lived in Vacaville. He was, but he also lived in San Diego because he was military. Were you in military? Then he moved to North California. Excuse me. So I moved there, and I loved it. I would love to return, but the Liberal Party done took over California.
Yeah.
Priced everybody out of, living there, holding up the waters. And in fact, they say Pelosi, Brown, the Pelosi's, the Browns, it's like 4 different families there. Oh God, I used to know all the names there. They all either related by marriage or by blood, so they control California. Getty, Newsom, Pelosi, Brown, and Getty. Those are the 4.
J. Paul Getty.
Who is J. Paul Getty? I know that name.
J. Paul Getty had that big old mansion right near the Hollywood sign. And a huge mansion. He died, I want to say, either in the 70s or in the 80s, somewhere in there.
Okay. You're in San Francisco. How's that going, Florence? When I left in 2018, because I would go there back and forth because I have family there. I stayed there for about a year, 2017 to 2018, and man, San Francisco was getting high. People couldn't even live there, and the homelessness rate is horrible everywhere, really, everywhere, but especially in California.
Yeah, he died in 1976. J. Paul Getty.
Is he the ones that has the Getty images? All the images that come out from California, usually Getty images.
I'm not sure.
He's a billionaire, and there's a Getty museum where they said there are underground tunnels there.
Yeah, but he was an American petroleum industrialist who founded Getty Oil Company in the year 42. White supremacy.
It's still horrible.
What
would you say? Go ahead.
I'm listening to you.
I wanted to go to San Diego. What did you say? What would you say about the people? Oh, they said people are leaving California. Because some people really want to stay there. What do you say about people that want to go there to build it up? Do you think there will come a time, in your personal opinion,
when the land, let me say it like this. The only reason when so many people there is because it does have a water source. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But if you had, like you said, if they open up the other water sources in that part of the country,
Mm-hmm.
there would be more neighborhoods to be able to build around the water. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I
Because see,
do.
every major city that you can think of is right off of what? A river or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Think about
A water source. Mm-hmm.
a water source. Philadelphia is, Memphis is, Chicago is. All these places have major water sources. Okay.
We do
So
too in Jacksonville.
there you go. And the reason why is because you need the water for flushing toilets, to drink, to
Mm.
do all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? The
Yes.
water is important.
Mm.
So if you don't have that water source, you're not going to have too many people living in those areas.
Okay.
Like you said, once they release that water source in
Mm.
Nevada, in Arizona, you're going to have more people coming out of California,
Okay.
okay, to be near those water sources, because those people really don't want to be pigeonholed into a place where they can't afford the cost of living.
Mm-mm.
The cost of living is so. I remember I worked in LA. I live
Oh,
right
you
off.
did?
I live right off of North Lancashire, right there in
Okay.
North Hollywood, right?
Mm. Mm.
And in my apartment complex were some cats from New Edition. I was sitting on the same couch with Chico DeBarge.
Wow.
Didn't even know who the hell he was. I said, "You look like a DeBarge." He said, "Yeah, I'm Chico." Right? I was working with some people who work with Eddie Murphy and all them, and these people are living in a $2,000 a month apartment, and it's just a
Mm.
it's a 2 bedroom apartment because they can't afford to live nowhere else. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Mm.
aren't you connected with the Martin Lawrence show and you living in this apartment? Aren't
Wow.
you on tour? You got a record out, but you living in this apartment? Because they couldn't afford it, but they had to be living in the area where the work exists, because that's
Mm.
where the record labels are and that's where the TV studios are.
Mm. Mm. So it might just be a facade that all these people are rich that work in entertainment.
All that stuff, all those music videos they did, they rented or leased those places where they had the big
Whoa.
mansions and all that, and then
Yeah.
they go over to the local strip club and say, "Hey, y'all want to be in this music video?"
No.
I do shit. I do the same thing. If give me some honeys, and I got about $3 or $4 grand, and I say, "Hey, y'all be in this music video. I'll pay you $1,000 just to be in it for like about 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your
Mm-hmm.
time."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? a
Yeah.
thousand dollars. Hell yeah, I'll be over there.
One of the Soul Tribe members said that the future map shows California underwater.
Now they're talking about the possible earthquakes.
Yes.
I do believe that this country, the landscape of this country is going to be divided in three.
Mm.
I do.
Divided in three.
Divided in three. I believe that you're going to have the New Madrid Fault,
Okay.
which is the Mississippi River.
Yes.
I believe there's going to be an earthquake there, and I do believe there's going to be an earthquake where the Yellowstone. That one's just waiting to do some major damage, and that one is going to separate the land too. That's going to separate, and then you're going to have three parts. So then you're going to have everything going to be in threes. Now you're going to have the west, the central, and the east.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a trip because it's going to be a lot of innocent people to perish.
Mm. Mm. Now, there are some people I have heard say, and they said this a couple years ago, all that's been neutralized. They're not going to allow that to happen. What's your response?
I don't have a response. I can't, whatever Because it says in the Bible that we're going to have these events. So if it's in the Bible, I do believe what's in the Bible, because I do believe that the prophecy must be fulfilled. Whether we like it or not, that's just part of whatever it's going to be. Now, the thing is, see, I know that we're living in a bubble. I know we're living in a bubble. And it's probably some humongous beings that are just conducting this whole thing.
Humongous what?
Beings.
Beings. That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, like the Most High. You know, we're like ants in this world, like little bitty insects. And you got some giant beings that are overlooking from the dome, watching everything that's going on, and they already know how this thing is going to play itself out, right? They're controlling the whole thing. Now, I don't know that to be a fact. I don't know that to be a fact, but I do believe in a higher being. That I do believe. We're not.
Yes.
The road don't stop with us at all. What you think?
I just gotta, let me see. Hold on, family. You know, Mel Carmine, hold on 1 minute, Mel Carmine is in the chat. And since we had spoken about XRP, 1 second, there is just a brief clip, less than a minute, that talks about it. Hold on, let's see, what is that called? It's called this documentary. Hold on, family. So people are, before we get to that, people are leaving California. I know my brother left and he went to Texas, but you know, once you live in I don't know how you feel about it, but once I lived in California, it was hard to see other places the same, because California just has this freedom. It's got the mountains, it has the wineries, it has the air is crisp, and at least Northern California, you just feel like it's a different vibration. So I can understand people wanting to go back. I honestly do. All right, Mel Carmine asked us to show this brief clip. If y'all bear with me. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said Chief Rod Hayes says, if that dragon wakes up, the quakes will start. He said the tail was on the coast of California and the head is Venezuela. What? Hold on, family. Hold on, Sheik. I just want to see this right quick, see what they're talking about. I'm leery about XRP, but let's see how the Soul family thinks about it. Hold on. Check this out, family, and I'll put a link in the chat for you if it shows. Hold on. Can y'all see that?
A structure so deeply embedded, most of those inside it don't even realize what they are a part of. Institutions you trusted operating within a framework you were never meant to question. And while you worked, struggled to survive, something bigger was moving behind the curtain.
Oh, the straw man.
In this documentary, we exposed the largest financial deception in the history of mankind. Not with options, but with evidence. Irrefutable, irrevocable, undeniable. This is not about politics. This is about power. This is about control. And most importantly, this is about you. Because the moment you truly see it, the illusion collapses. The distractions lose its grip. The noise disappears. And the question becomes unavoidable. When this film is released, the truth will no longer be hidden. It will be undeniable, uncontainable, unstoppable. My job is to expose it. Your job is to make sure the world sees it. Now, will you have the courage to face it, to share it, to break free from the system that was designed to keep you enslaved forever? Or will you ignore the greatest revolution of our time? The truth is here. You will either stand up and help us dismantle the Matrix, or the Matrix will enslave you and your family for 1,000 years to come. The choice is yours. God knows I did my job.
So that's my friend Mel Carmine actually exposing the scam. He's exposing the scam of the straw man. And you were talking about the straw man, Sheik.
Yeah.
How they created that.
Yeah. That was your boy Woodrow Wilson behind that. Yeah. And right when they did that, that's when they came out with that Wizard of Oz movie too. Then you know about the straw man. That was the man without a brain.
That's who the straw man was.
The scarecrow. Okay. And the Tin Man represented the corporation, which was the tax identification number, as in TIN. Tax identification number, Tin Man. He didn't have a heart. He's the corporation, the corpse.
Okay.
He needed a heart. Then you had the lion, and the lion was the one who was like, "Hey man, you supposed to be the king of all this stuff, but you run around acting like a bitch."
Had no courage.
Had no courage, right?
Yes.
Now, where was Dorothy from? She was from Kansas. Kansas was the home to the first Federal Reserve. That's why she had in the movie she had on ruby red slippers, but in the storybook, the slippers were they diamond?
They were silver in the book.
They were silver.
Silver.
But okay, so the real money was that, right? And it belonged to the Federal Reserve. The home to the Federal Reserve was right there in Kansas, and that's why she said, "No place like home, no place like home, no place like home." And then Oz equals 41. O is 15, Z is 26. That's 41. But he's the wizard of king. He's the false. That's why Trump got Dr. Oz working for him.
Come on, sure did.
The fake wizard. The fake wizard who's over medicine. Dr. Oz. The wizard.
As in ounces of silver, OZ.
As in ounces. There you go.
Are they telling us something about this? Like, do you think they're giving us coded messages about silver? Because her slippers were silver in the book.
And look. But they were letting you know that we were the debtors. Because, even in the movie, you remember how the witch had the army? And that army was saying, "Oh, we owe, oh." Right? But think about what they just said. "Oh, we owe. We owe the debt. Oh, we owe. We owe. We owe money."
And what's the significance of Emerald City? Joanne said, "Emerald City, don't forget." I don't know what the...
Yeah, that was the land of riches. But it was supposed to be your land of riches. But the wizard took over that. And he had to keep you in the dark because he wasn't nothing but a man behind a robe or a curtain.
A man
and
behind
that's what the judges are. They ain't nothing but a man behind the robe. They're the wizards.
Could it be that way back then they were telling us what's been going on? Like, is that
hey. And then the Munchkins, think about it. They said that even though we're over the age of 18, you still need us to govern your mental because you're still a minority. You're a child to us, right? That's why you had the Munchkins. Because they were, them mugs were over the age of 80. But they, you know what I'm saying? But they were still children because they were little people, right? They were little people. And they said, "We're going to control you." The mayor comes out, or was he the county? What was he? But he held up a death certificate because the death certificate was really the birth certificate.
Now speak to what Sister Janine says. Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow to the
bricks.
Right. Bricks. But check this out. When they had to keep us asleep, right?
Right.
So you remember the poppy field?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And the only ones, it was everything in three. So it was three of them that fell asleep. Those were the real living beings: Toto,
Mm.
Dorothy, and the lion.
Mm-hmm.
The one without a brain and the one without a heart were able to get through.
Right. Let me right quick. I want to show you. I reposted a video that I did with Andy Scheckman, the CEO and owner of Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. I reposted it, but I actually did this video in 2022 about how BRICS was joining. I mean, how major countries, many countries was joining BRICS. And in 2022, it was 85% of the global population had joined BRICS. I named it Follow the Yellow Bricks Road, how BRICS led the world to gold. Bricks Road, yellow bricks, gold. Dorothy had silver shoes. It was like they were telling us the whole story about the straw man, like Mel Carmine said, but how we break free from that and we go into a new reality with gold and silver.
Right.
And didn't Trump say something like, "Welcome to the golden era"?
Yeah. And he meant that.
You said he meant that?
But the golden, okay, so let me help you with some of this, Dr. Kidd.
Help me.
All right, so and then let's cut it a little bit short. Okay, so the whole thing, since Woodrow Wilson confiscated the gold and everything, and we got into, and I guess Franklin D. Roosevelt was behind some of this too, but they confiscated the gold. And when they confiscated the gold, then they put us into a system where our labor backed the fiat.
Okay.
It was our labor that backed the fiat. And let me explain this to you.
Okay.
If you look on every dollar bill, $20 bill, whatever, $5 bill, each one has a serial number on it. And the serial number begins with a letter.
Okay.
Okay. And that letter lets you know the routing number to the Federal Reserve. So I think you got a Federal Reserve in Atlanta, when you got one in Denver. I think you have one in Utah. You got one in Kansas. They tell you where the route number is to your exemption account, right?
Yep.
So that serial number is connected to that routing number for that money. The money is backed by you, right?
I tried to access it once to pay off some debt, but they paid it off with my number. If I found a reserve bank it was attached to, I paid it, or I offset the debt, but then they reversed it. That was in 2018.
Yeah. I think a lot of us did it back then because we're like, oh, we can now pay our bills with the exemption account. But because we didn't create it, that's why they said now it's theft.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now wait. Let me finish explaining.
Okay.
So, because I'm going to come full circle.
Okay.
So what happened with that exemption account, that routing number, your labor backed that.
Okay.
But when you die, you ever heard of them shredding the money?
Shredding the what? The money? Yes.
Right. I don't know if you ever took a little field trip when you were a little girl, and I'm sure several people in the chat may have taken these field trips to the local Federal Reserve.
Okay.
And the Federal Reserve, they show you that they shred the money.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you die, your labor no longer backs the money. Because you're dead now. You can't work no more.
Oh my God.
Right? So they shred the money. And they take it out of circulation. So what Trump is doing, saying this is a golden era, he's now saying it's no longer your labor that's going to back the money. It's going to be the gold that backs the money. Like it was intended to do.
That's awesome. That is the world's most powerful reset.
Yes.
Do we have gold? Yes. and gold will destroy the Fed. And gold is going to liberate us.
Correct.
This is beautiful.
And as long as there's gold sitting at the Federal Reserve, you're the creditor. It's not your labor that's going to back it no more.
Okay.
It's not you using a debt note to pay off a utility bill, because they can't use the straw man anymore to tap into that account no more.
I see.
You're the creditor.
Mm.
You are the creditor. Now, everybody else who ain't an American, you hear where I'm going, right?
I do.
You already know the rest of that sentence.
I do.
You're not the creditor. That doesn't mean you can't be a creditor in your own country.
Okay.
You can be a creditor in your own country, but over here, we're the creditors.
Mel Carmine said, "What a great guest. This guy is dynamite."
Well, thank you.
So in a new reality that we're going, will we use credits, or are we just gonna pay for things with gold?
No, you're gonna use your credit.
We're gonna use our credit.
Your credit. You heard of the black card?
Yeah, the
now everybody want to get a black card, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have unlimited credit that you don't have to pay back. Remember now, the rest of the world is going to pay a tribute to you. So you're going to be operating. Look, Dr. Kia Pruitt. And if I knew your middle name, I say the whole name. But guess what?
Marie.
Girl, I love you. That was my mother's middle name.
Aww.
So Dr. Kia Marie Pruitt, what's going on is this.
Okay.
Is that as a creditor, you're going to be operating just like how Queen Elizabeth was operating.
Okay.
Everybody in the world who was part of that corporate construct had to pay a tribute to the crown. Right?
Right.
That's why she never had to worry about a job.
She had a tribute.
She had a tribute. So she had billions of dollars each year. Right? So now that is reversed. Because the tribute comes to you. That's what the tariffs are about.
Okay.
Those tributes are being paid from the rest of the world to you.
To us.
So there's nothing that you're going to have to worry about. That's why when we start talking about the RV and we start talking about gold, silver, whatever, everything's going to be backed by it anyway.
Okay.
Right? And everybody's going to benefit from some degree. At some point, in some degree, they're going to be fine.
Okay. Everybody.
Right?
Yes.
Now, some people are going to have a little bit more wealth than the others because we prepared for it, because that's part of being the chosen, right? You were chosen to make the world a better place. That's all you were chosen to do. You weren't chosen to be filthy rich for yourself. You were chosen to be filthy rich to help people.
But if everybody's going to be wealthy with Nasara and Jasara, why do we even need to help people? I'm just curious, because people have asked me that.
Because the transition is not going to be just overnight.
Okay.
There's some programs that they have to still transition to. But your job is going to be like, look, let's start putting in some things that's going to work for people, so it can make that transition a lot smoother.
Okay.
That's all we're doing.
Mel Carmine said he delivers his amazing knowledge with a street flair that is unmatched.
Thank you, brother.
Wow. So we would, okay, so that makes sense. Nasara Jasara is not going to happen overnight. And it makes sense when I'm looking at the high inflation, I'm looking at the high gas prices, I'm looking at all this homelessness. We don't know how long this is going to last before all the wealth is released. So in the interim, it makes sense that some of us will go to the bank, exchange our currencies, and use that to help society. Is that how you see it? Before
I do see that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm with that.
You with that?
And like I said, the transition for some is going to be a little slower. But in the meantime, we that are already prepared for the change will be able to help those who are just waking up to this understand what needs to happen next and where they need to be in this new world. And we're just guiding them along. It's no different from when you were a little girl and your mama said, "Kia, get up, it's time to go to school," right? And normally she
like, get your A up and get out. No, but
exactly. Wait. But normally she had to tell you 3 times before you really got up for the day, right? And
my mama spoke one time and one time only. Other people's mama spoke 3 times. Mine, Lolita Johnson, she spoke one time and one time only.
Well, that's
go ahead, she.
But what it means is that somebody already had to be awake to wake the sleep. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is what's going on right now with us. Somebody has to already be woke to wake up those who are still asleep.
I see.
That's what we're doing.
Do you foresee, now my son Dexter Lattimore is an economist and he has been telling me for a while it's going to get worse before it gets better. Do you foresee that? Hey, Chief Mac, we see you in the crowd. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Do you believe it's going to get worse before it gets better?
It depends on what you think worse is. See, I'm going to tell you this. See, everybody's going to be freaking the F out when they start seeing these troops. Like I said, they're now implementing the draft. Okay?
Yeah.
The draft means they're going to just have a lot of teenage all the way up to the age of 42 be recruited so they can start clearing out the land here in America and get people out of their homes that don't belong here.
Okay.
The ones that are going to freak out are the ones who don't know what's going on.
I see.
Now we're talking about the Passover. So you're talking about the Roman soldiers going through these neighborhoods, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And they're going to start clearing out everything. See, remember now, a lot of people who are familiar with some of the stuff that's been on Telegram and all that, right? They could really see why they're going to be able to get some of these homes that they've been talking about. You remember how they said, "Oh, you can pick out 10 homes and this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter what the price range is, right?" Well, the reason why is because once they start clearing out these people who've been in these homes that aren't the true Americans and they deport them, the homes are going to be vacant. So that means you can move into one of these homes. That means that you're not going to be charged for your utilities or anything like that because as an American, they can't charge you for your own resources.
To live in your own estate on your own land.
Correct. And they can't charge you property tax because you can't be taxed on your own land.
If you're enjoying this, family, send him an email and get on the books list because it is coming out this year. His email is dejourlaw33@gmail.com. You can find him on YouTube. Mel Carmine said, you're going to blow up. You're big. Where is he on YouTube? He's just now coming out. I've known him for several years, but he's now coming. He's been sharing information with me and some close friends, but he's coming out with the quickness. Now he does have a YouTube channel. I put it in the chat. Families, please send him a gift, a donation. This man is cooking. He is being led by the ancestors to share this insight and information. Send him a cash app, please, to $ all rights reserved. $ALLRIGHTS RESERVED. Keep cooking, sheep.
So everybody thinking about the Bugatti and the Porsche and all this other stuff. Well, when they deport these people, they're not going to be able to take these car dealerships. There are going to be a lot of cars available. Now,
Yep.
who are going to be the ones that are going to be handling the maintenance and all that? Well, it says in Isaiah 14, verse 1 through 4, it talks about those who oppressed you now will be your handmaids and your servants, right? So you still going to have people working for you, because they got to keep working for you to make sure that they maintain certain things. So they're going to be able to maintain your highways. Don't think that's going away. They're going to be able to maintain your highways. They're going to be able to maintain, certain buildings and structures, right? And they're going to make sure that the upkeep is good at all points. And they got to make sure that the oceans stay clean and everything else stays clean and handle the sanitation. Those are going to be your handmaids and your servants.
Check it out, Sheik. The Lord will have compassion on Jacob, your Jacob Bay. Once again, he will choose Israel and will settle them in their own land. Aliens will join them and unite with the house of Jacob. Isaiah 14:1. I didn't go all the way through 4.
Well, what did I just say? 141. Transitioning from white supremacy to the king.
Because 14 is white supremacy and 41 is king. You've been telling us that now for a while. That's deep. Now, why would the Bible have been talking about that way back whenever it was published?
Look, Dr. Key, I'm telling you, that was the first Juneteenth.
You did say it was the first Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, 325 AD. AD is 1-4. A is 1, D is 4. So they were letting you know this is a white supremacy movement that we're about to take place with this Bible, because we got to keep these people asleep for 400 years. And we're going to put the truth in codes. So we're going to let you know what the deal is in the codes. But if you don't understand how to read the codes, you ain't going to know what the message is. Now, I just broke down a few codes for you tonight. I said Thessalonians 4, verse 14. I said Isaiah 14, verse 1 through 4. I even said Isaiah 41, verse 10. They're codes. There's a lot more codes, but those are some of the main ones. I even said Revelations 2:1.
Showing us in their scripts.
Yes. If you see it differently, I even showed you in the law. I said 22 USC 141, and it said Morocco. Talking about the Moorish consulate.
Yeah.
That was removed by Dwight Eisenhower.
And I think liberation of people in America isn't for the world. It just feels that way. Yeah. I even think liberation of the so-called Black people, the indigenous people here on the land, is liberation for everybody, no matter what your ethnicity is, because we all been lied to.
Doesn't matter. We were supposed to be lied to. So you have to remember. Look.
Okay.
I also quoted Genesis 15:13, that our people be afflicted in a land that's not ours for 400 years. 400 so what's years. The average? What's the average of 15 and 13? 14.
14.
And what's 14?
White supremacy.
You got it, Dr. Kia Marie Pruitt. Right? You got it. So they're letting you know that white supremacy, even if you break down on word white supremacy, WS. W is 23, S is 19, that's 42. That's 14 times 3 is 42. Letting you know there's always been a white supremacist thing that's been going on with us. I ain't mad at it, because they had to do it.
Yes.
They had to do it. You and I just did it tonight. We both gave them a standing ovation. Job well freaking done, right? But it's over. But it's over. They can't do it to you no more. Why you think they got Donald John and J.D. Vance? Donald John, DJ. D is 4, J is 10. That's 14. And then you got J.D. J is 10, D is 4. That's 14. They letting you know we're reversing this white supremacist ideology. Right in your face. But everything is going back to Morocco. That's why Donald John Trump lives at Mar-a-Lago, which is Moorish architecture.
And you showed us that early in the podcast. Moorish architecture. Isn't Moor, same thing.
Yes,
Mar-a-Lago.
yes. You remember how you saw Marvin the Martian in the Bugs Bunny cartoons?
You showed us
that, right? He was wearing red and green, just like the Moroccan flag.
Yeah.
Right? Letting you know that our people up there too. The Moors up there too. And he's Martian, as in Mar-a-Lago.
But what we said in other podcasts that the so-called dirty Moors, the European Moors, are the ones who came here and colonized the indigenous autochthonous copper-colored races, the black people here. They the ones that enslaved us and brought Europeans here. If they were the enslavers, how are we returning back to the Moorish dynasty? Are you saying we're also Moors?
All I'm saying to you is part of the prophecy that had to be fulfilled is that some of the dirty Moors had to turn us in to those who would later oppress you. Okay.
Yes.
So only so prophecy can be fulfilled, Dr. Kia. This is not about something so diabolical.
Okay.
This is something about, oh my God, something so grand.
Okay.
You have to remember now, the trial period is 40. Noah was on the ark for 40 days, 40 nights.
40 nights.
Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights.
He even fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
You with me now, right?
I'm with you.
Moses misled the people for 40 years.
40 years in the wilderness.
There was 40 years between the death of Martin Luther King and the rise of Barack Obama from 68 to 2008.
Come on here.
Now, after the trial period is over, what number is next?
40.
41.
40. Oh, 40 is 4. You said 40 years. 40 is the trial period. 41. Okay. Kings.
41, then you rise as you have your crown, right?
Yes.
Now think about it. Same thing with what God had to do to a whole people, his chosen people. He had to put them through a trial period. But you remember I said God's promise means the number 10. So 10 times 40 is what?
400.
So therefore, we had to go through a trial period of 400 years where God had to strip us all the way down. And I'm going to start saying the Most High because I'm starting to, think God means government ordinance departments versus something spiritual.
And their God was
Allah or the Most High. I'm going to have to start going there. And not no disrespect, but I'm just saying. Okay, so now.
No, and I think their gold. They have books that says that they fought for gold, oil, and drugs.
See,
mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that part of what had to happen during our trial period is that we had to be humble, because humbling mean had to rape our people, take us from our land, break us up from our families, deprive us from resources, deprive us from banking, jobs, housing, you name it, right? They had to just deprive, even put us into some form of captivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now watch this. So now that we've been broken, we now know what it's like to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
We now know what it's like to be treated at the bottom. So we wouldn't treat nobody else like that when God gives us this great blessing, or the Most High gives us this great blessing.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Right, we're here. So now we know what it's like, so we don't treat other people like we were treated.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm going to make you not just to return you back to your land, but I'm going to return you back to the entire world. Because the descendants of Abraham are the heirs to the world. There it is. I didn't say it.
It makes me wonder, if you think about the Sumerian text, if these infighting between nations was Enki and Enlil's children fighting against each other, the Anunnakis who came here and seeded people on the planet, because I know we say God enslaved us. So I'm like, which, and you're talking about the supreme being. I do understand that. I also think sometimes the gods that people talk about are these Anunnaki beings, the Elohim. It seemed like Enki's children, they say Enki, another perversion of this is that Enki has always been concerned about his children. His children were enslaved for 400 years. He has returned. Enlil, his brother, they were half brothers, enslaved humanity. If that's true, if that story in the Sumerian text is true, that we were slaved by Nephilim or fallen angels, it makes sense that these extraterrestrials have a fight in each other. That's my esoteric thinking about this. I don't know how you feel about that. That's just, I think like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You say, yeah.
Well, you know what, Dr. Kia, now you're talking about you really going back to the beginning of everything. With Enki and all that stuff. And now you're talking about the Anunnaki. Now you're talking about you even talking about the big head scientists. You know what I'm saying? Yakub, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a whole nother level. And
that's true.
Tonight we can't do it.
We can't do it tonight.
Hey.
You said we were enslaved for 400 years from 1619 to 2019. And you said they added on another 7 years. They tried to prop up the system. And that's 20. And then you said the number of completion, 7 is the number of completion. That means here in 2026, which is the 10, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is the time of liberation.
Correct.
Yes. I'm putting everything together you've been saying.
Yes. Yes.
This is the world's most powerful reset, and that's why President Donald Trump said that.
He shown up did. And you're going to start seeing a lot of them collapse and a lot of them fall from here on out. They already start doing it with your girl Melania Trump.
What happened to Melania Trump?
Now they're saying, this is alleged, so I don't want nobody to FBI or nobody coming knocking on my door. But you want me to give out your address, Dr. Keith?
No, thank you. I'm good. No. We're good.
But what they're saying is, allegedly saying, is that she had an affair with your boy Epstein.
No.
And he had an affair with some other guy that was knocking the boots. And this was prior to her even being married to Donald Trump. And there were pictures. There's some pictures. And that's why she jumped out in front of it the other day when she gave that speech about 2 or 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I did not hear about this.
So all this stuff is coming to a head.
So are you saying, what are you saying about her? Do you think that once Donald Trump dismantles the system, he and his wife gonna step down or go into oblivion so that stuff won't come out?
What I'm saying is you're witnessing the fall of Babylon. Okay. Even Trump Tower in New York is shaped like that of Babylon. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're gonna see a lot of the truth be coming out, and who we thought were dignitaries just because you're a first lady and all this stuff. Oh man, you gonna be exposed for being whatever you are. Because everything must fall. Everything must fall.
Everything.
Even your status is going to fall. So your status is first lady or status is whatever. Your status got to fall.
Because that's part of the United States Incorporated, right?
That's part of it. Now,
go ahead.
And I'm not into being correct or wrong. I'm just stating what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sister Cynthia said, I'm sure she was likely a victim first. A lot of them were victims.
But that's neither here or there.
Okay.
She knows what the deal is.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's you can sugarcoat it all you want to, but it's still the same. It happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, family, you have heard from Sheikh Jacob Bey. If you'd like to get on the book list for his new book, please send him an email to dejourlaw33@gmail.com. If you'd like to send him a gift, a donation, a love offering, please send him a Cash App blessing or gift to $ all rights reserved. We appreciate all your time and energy, all your questions, all the comments in the comment section, family, keeping the comments flowing and staying engaged. Thank you. Also, thank you for all of you who sent Cash App. Before I do that, I want to say thank you, Chief Mac, for being in the comment section. If anybody wants a trust from Chief Mac, send him an email to unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. Mel Carmine is in the chat. He is an XRP expert. He will come on a show at some point to talk about the history of the straw man as he is releasing his documentary, and you'll be able to ask him questions about XRP. And finally, thank you, Sister Frida, for sending me a Cash App gift. Brother Dante, Cameron, thank you. Sister Tawana, thank you. Brother Sean, Sister Sharice, Sister Denise, Brother Frank, I'm so grateful. Edward, Sister Sherry, Brother, who I don't know if Watkins is a sister or a gentleman, Natasha, Sister Angela, Sister Crystal, Sister Natasha, Hope, Sister Hope, thank you so much. Brother Sean, or is that Sister Sean? Thank you for the $41 as in King. Sister Rachel, Brother Edward, all of you are amazing. Thank you for all the gifts, all the Cash Apps, all the blessings. You all keep us going. You give us a reason, like you really solidify and affirm our gifts, and we're so grateful. Final word, Sheik, before we get out of here.
Let me just say thank you to your soul tribe for all the love and support. And I have responded to everyone who did send me a love offering with a thumbs up or a heart. I don't know everyone by name, but I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's keep this energy good and keep it going.
Thank you, Sheik. Thank you, Mail, for the gift in the chat. I appreciate you. The $20. God bless you. Clarence want to know, what about that 1,000 years that was added? I don't know about the 1,000 years that was added.
Hey, part 2, Dr. Kia.
That's going to be a part 2 to
this.
Part
2, Dr. Kia.
Okay, we'll come back. Soul Tribe. With that, you've heard from Sheik Jacob Bey. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. I trust that I've said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve, because this is the world's most powerful reset happening right now.
Right now. Good night, everybody.
Good night, family. We love you.
You sounded like Walton.
Sounded like who?
The Waltons. Good night, John Boy.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Alice.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Love you. Peace, family.
Dr. Kia Pruitt, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day.
For Chief Mac's email at Chief Mac, if you're in the house, you can still come up. People are wanting to hear from you, or you can come back another day. I sent you an email to the link. I can pop back up just for a few minutes. Family, Chief Mac's email is unityandmotion45@yahoo.com. Chief Mac, you're still in the house. If people want to hear from you, you're welcome to come back and talk about the importance of the trust. Thank you, Sister Maxine, for the Cash App gift. Thank you to Sister Cherise. You all are amazing. I'm so grateful for you. If Chief Mac wants to, he can. If not, send him an email to unityandmotion45@yahoo.com.
To a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we
Oh, my dude. Do y'all ever sing with the singer here? I love this song. Shout out to Brother Kenneth from our membership Soul Tribe private group for writing the song for the Dr. Kia Pruitt show. I love it. It's such high vibration and frequency. I love it. So oh, Chief Mac is going live at 9 o'clock. All right. Let me put his information in the chat. I forgot he was going live. Thank you for that reminder. All right, family. Someone in the Soul Tribe just reminded me that Chief Mac did tell us yesterday he was going to go live this evening. So this is his address here. I'm in his YouTube channel. I'm also putting the link in the comment section for you all. That's Chief Mac's show. It is Chief Mac 9574. You can just look up Chief Mac on YouTube. Good night, family. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining us. We want to make sure we support our Chief Mac and see what he has to share with the Soul family. Thank you all so much for being so kind to our special guest, Sheikh Jacob Bey, and for showing love to our moderator, Sister Janine. She's in the chat. Thank you for showing me love by sending me Cash App gifts. Thank you, Simply Love. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for also listening to the information that Mel Carmine shared with the Soul family with his documentary that he sent to me to show to the Soul family. He will come on for anybody having any questions about XRP and digital assets. That's it, family. I'm going to call Chief Maxie if he's going live tonight. Sleep well. And remember, at night, if you have any issues that you're trying to resolve or any problems or concerns before you go to sleep, tell yourself, I'm going to resolve this issue. I am going to answer this question. And then whatever ritual you do, whether it's say a prayer, light a candle, speak to the ancestors, whatever you do, you go to sleep after having said, I'm going to resolve this. And then your subconscious mind will work it out. When you wake up in the rising, you'll have the answer to your issue. That's what your elders meant when they said, let me sleep on it. They meant, I will give it some thought. I'll tell myself I'm going to resolve it. And then my subconscious mind is going to work it out in my dreams. And sometimes I'll get visitations from my highest self, from God, from my ancestors, and it will be worked out. Okay. So do that, family. And we see that Mel Carmine is in the chat. Mel's channel is on YouTube. So look for his channel there. I did drop a link there to his documentary. I'll put it in the description section because for some reason, I don't see it. Here it is. We're going to put his channel there too. We want to support the whole tribe. His channel is called Mel Carmine Podcast. And listen, I don't know how you all feel. When you are a podcaster, people say all type of things. There's this person online that says Dr. Kia Pruitt is a scam. But how? What am I selling? I'm teaching, I'm instructing, I'm inspiring people to create an amazing life. I am an affiliate with Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, but he has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, been in business for 40 years, almost 4 decades. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, no customer complaints. Silver and gold, telling people to get silver and gold is not a scam. Inspiring people to get digital assets, silver, gold, palladium, platinum, hard assets like land. We're going to have a special guest to come on Tuesday to talk about that. That's not a scam. Inspiring you and encouraging you, telling you about the Nassar and Jassara benefits. That's not a scam. We've shown you proof that all this is happening, family. So if a person tells you, oh, don't believe what they're saying, do your own research. Okay, please. Because they call us all scam artists. I don't know why, but if the information resonates with your spirit, follow your own intuition. Your intuition tells you what's right and what's wrong, who's telling the truth and who is not. Because I saw some comments in the comment section, and people have been responding under some of my videos. Oh, Dr. Pruitt is a scam. Oh, are you really going to have this person, that person on your show? Yes, I am, because they have good news. If you desire silver and gold, purchase from our affiliate, and I always tell you have an option, go to your local coin dealer, or you can go to Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company, call them at 952-929-7006, or send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Dr. Kia Pruitt referred me, and you will get the best prices in the industry. If you want to know more about the coded messages that Sheikh Jacob Bey just broke down, go to his channel, Jacob Bey. Send him an email, please, at DeJourLaw33@gmail.com. If you want to send him a gift, send him one at $ all rights reserved. If you desire to look at the documentary that Mel Carmine talked to us about the straw man, Sheikh Jacob Bey broke that thing down. Join the Mel Carmine podcast. Looking through the videos to see if XRP and digital assets resonate with you, because President Donald Trump, I believe in giving people their titles and their just due. I don't believe in calling people by their first name. That's my home training. He said he's going to make America the digital capital of the world. If you can handle it, get some. Okay, so we're going to have Mel Carmine, some other people to come on, talk about digital assets. Chief Jacob Bey is going to share his book with us. If you want to trust from Chief Mac, send him an email to unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. If you want silver and gold from our affiliate, call Miles Franklin at 952-929-7006, or send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know that Dr. Kia Pruitt referred you, and you will get the best prices in the industry. Good night, family. I love you. Bye-bye.